gonna hit it now. So. All right, Chris, give it like 1 minute, or when it hits that 8:30 mark, you good to go.
Okay. I'm glad he did all this now, because we would have been trying to log on like, hey, I can't see nothing, yo.
I think it's on now. I'm just seeing it pop up by notification.
You good to go.
All right. Hey, thank y'all for tuning in for the first time key players conversation with some of the major keyboard players in these go-go bands. Let me introduce myself. My name is Chris. I play for Vibe Band. I have some colleagues on here. We got Dave Cleve from Sirius Company. We got my man Roy from Red Essence. We have my man Dog from Junkyard. Also, Marcus Johnson from the Backyard Band. My man Mike from Team Familiar. And last but not least, Sweet Cherie from Belladonna. How's everybody doing?
Hey, what's going on,
man?
Listen, man, before we get started, I just want to say something, man. I really appreciate y'all for taking the time out. I know, gigs ain't like it used to be, what I'm saying? So we kind of had that time to talk and fellowship. I'm just doing this because for two reasons. One, to talk from the keyboard perspective. And number two, to come together, man. A lot of times we see each other in passing, setting up for different bands, leaving, going, whatever. And, what I'm saying, we don't ever have a time to just sit down and talk, what I'm saying? We know GOGO is really driven off of the drums and the congos and lead talkers and stuff. But, people can't forget about the keyboard player. They need us to keep it moving. So that's why I call it key players. Matter of fact, shout out to Mike Pryor. He the one that came up with the name. And shout out to my man Mike from Team Familiar, because we kind of got the ball rolling. And we're going to do this actually every month. So next month we'll have a set of other keyboard players. But anyway, how's everybody doing? Everybody good?
We good.
Yes, sir. We good. I'm good.
Definitely.
So I'm gonna ask some questions. And Dave,
yeah, we good. Gucci. I'm doing.
Hey, Dave Cleve, if somebody type in questions, let me know, because I can't see it. You know what I'm saying? You let me know, okay? Shout out to Dave Cleve for organizing everything. He's the organizer.
Man, Dave.
I try to keep things moving.
All right, so I'm gonna start with Roy Battle first.
All right, Chris.
Hey, Roy, how long you been playing for RE?
I started with RE in what was that, like 2001?
Okay.
Right when there was an exodus, I started with them. So.
And how did you first get in the game? Like, what was your first band ever?
First who?
Your first band ever that you
played? My first band ever was Hot Cold Sweat.
Wow.
Yeah.
I knew that was you up there. I was looking at old videos, looking at pictures, and I was trying to figure out if that was you.
Yep. I was like in 12th grade, and then I was on a college tour of Howard University, and they was doing a block party right around the corner from HU. You know what I mean? And I was like, man, I don't know what's going on, but that joint look tight. You know what I mean? And they needed they had a horn, they had a trumpet player and a sax player. I said, you know what? They ain't got no bone player. So I played trombone too. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna ask them if they need a bone player. So I hollered at Charlie. He said, yeah, man, come on. So
wow. I never knew that, man. Shout out, rest in peace, Slick Rick. That was my man.
Oh, definitely, yeah. No, most definitely, yeah. That was a heartbreaker.
That was a heartbreaker, man. He actually DJ'd my wedding, man. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that was your first band, and how did you get in the Red Essence? Like, how did that happen?
Well, I was playing with Funk and Proper Utensils,
Okay.
And like, so we did the go-go rum shaker thing. And then when there was the Exodus, with Essence, a lot of them left. And then Funk was like, well, look, Red Essence is my, this is Funk talking. He said, Red Essence is my band, they're my heart. So I'm gonna lend you to them for a while. You know what I mean? He said, "No, you always my band member, but I'm gonna let Red Essence use you for a while." You know what I mean? So,
Right.
so he put me in the band, and then that was it. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna first go through everybody as far as asking what their band and how they started, and I'm gonna come back and ask some general questions. Next, I'm gonna go to Dog from Junkyard. JYB, what's up, boy?
What's up, boy? With the business?
So, how did you get in the Junkyard? Like, how that happened?
Actually, I just pulled up I just pulled up at rehearsal. You know what I'm saying? They had 3 keyboard players at that time. I just pulled up at rehearsal, and I just was sitting in doing the practice. And apparently they was trying to, I guess, go over 2 songs that they was trying to learn. Took them a minute. So that was like my American Idol. So I said, this is my time. So I told the keyboard player, turn all them boards around. And, Big Young was playing RP to my man house, and I told him 4 down, let's go. And then from there, Bugs asked me, you know anything about jump? I said, I know a whole bunch. I just don't know the signals. We ran the set. Then 3 dudes went outside. 1 came back inside. And
So
that was like 05. That was 05, and I've been there since.
Hey, so what was your first band ever? Go-Go band?
My first actual go-go band, I got a semi Chuck Brown story, so I learned down low, RP to my man JT, One Leg Mo, you know what I'm saying? They taught me what you know what I'm saying? So we had a little band down there. But when I touched ground, the first band I actually started with, Northwest.
Okay. I appreciate that, man. I'm moving along down the line. I'm going to Marcus Johnson. What's up, boy?
What's going on, Chris?
Hey. So how did you get in the backyard? How did that?
All right, so true story, no lie. I was playing a scripture at the time, and we was outside talking. And I said, Bug, yo, if y'all ever need me to come in there and play some tambourine or cowbell, so call me, I'll be there. He said, you know what? Like, we've been talking about adding another keyboard player, so I'm gonna run it by the management and by the gang and see what they say. So that was Thursday. By Saturday, he came back. Was like, yo, come to rehearsal on Tuesday. I'm like, all right, cool. Came to rehearsal, and Cool was like, do you want to do it? I was like, yeah, I mean, I'm feeling it or whatever. And that was like 04. So he's like, if you want to start playing, like, it's all on you. If you want to do it, we like what you bring in or whatever. So, come in and play. And then that's pretty much how I got in. And, it's been great ever since 04, September 04.
So that was your first ever go-go band?
Backyard.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna move along to Sweet Cherie. How you doing, Sweet Cherie? You muted. We can't hear you. You muted. Oh, there you.
Yeah, I'm good. So
Belladonna. When did that start? How did you get into Belladonna?
Belladonna, that was Shannon and I, the drummer, our drummer,
Right.
Shannon. She and I, we decided to get together. We were doing some local gigs, and she was like, we need to keep this going and everything. And I was like, okay. So we just found some players, and we didn't really start off being a go-go band. It was just doing some R&B stuff, And we had this one gig, and we were opening up for Vibe. And after that, people, it's a go-go crowd there and stuff like that. And so they were like, ooh, this all-girl band, yada, yada, yada. And after that, promoters been booking us for go-go shows. And so we added a conga player and, that's pretty much it.
So what was your first band ever, go-go band?
Aisha and the Hip Huggers.
Okay.
Aisha. And once again, that started off as an R&B group. We were doing 70s music with the Afro wigs and the 70s clothes, all that kind of stuff. And then one day she hired Juju. And so, once you get Juju in there, he's going to, do his thing. And he brought in Sugar Bear and then Junie and Mighty Mo. And then it just became a go-go band. It just became a hit.
Okay. So last but not least, let me go to my man, Mike, Team Familiar, Still Familiar. Is that the name of it? What is the name of it? Still Familiar? That's
Still Familiar now.
Okay, my bad. Still Familiar. What's up, boy?
What's up with you?
So how did that start? How did you get into Familiar Faces? I mean, Still Familiar.
Well, it was Familiar Faces at the time. I was playing at Mirrors with this band called 360, and we were playing before Familiar, and they were about to go to Miami, and Donnell gave me a call. He just like, hey, Mike. I'm like, what's going on? You know who this is? I'm like, nope. This is Donnell Floyd. What you doing on this date? And I'm like, nothing. I'm free. You trying to go to Miami? I'm like, sure. And there, I went to Miami, and there it went. I've been there since 2009.
Okay. All right. But everybody, thanks for telling me, the beginning, the history of your bands and stuff. I just got a few more questions. I'm going to throw a question out there on this one, and whoever want to respond, y'all can just respond. Okay? Y'all cool with that?
What about you? We didn't talk about
your
first go-go
band. My name is Chris. My name is Chris Davison. I play for a band called Vibe, DC Vibe Band. I started in 2013. My first band ever was a band called Soundproof. I played with them for about 6 months. And then what happened was how I got into Vibe, Willie Howe had called me because Vibe was doing gigs at the OTI Upper Marlboro. And so I guess the keyboard player wasn't available at the time. And so Willie called me, and I ain't know nothing about no Old Town then. I thought that was Alexandria, Virginia. So I'm driving. Matter of fact, I was watching the Redskins preseason game. It was at 8:30. He was like, yo, I need you, dog. You need to be here. I was like, well, where is it at? Old Town Inn. So I get in the car, start driving to Virginia. He said, nah, this is on the Upper Marlboro. I said, okay. I get over there. I meet Derek Holmes. And at that time, Vibe was doing 2 gigs on Thursday nights. They was there at OTI Upper Marlboro, and then they would go to the Zone. I forgot what the Zone's called now. I forgot. Nipsey's or something like that. So after the first gig, Derek said, you got a curfew? I see you married. I said, if I'm making money, nah. He was like, well, come on with us. I get there. Scooter is playing there. And it's just Scooter by himself. So then me and him played there. Now, I didn't even know I was in the band after that night. They just kept sending me texts and, yeah, we got a show this Saturday. I said, am I in this band? I don't know. He was like, yeah. So that's pretty much how that happened. Okay.
You also, I think you forgot Dave, too.
Oh, Dave, my bad. You know what? Hey, Dave, please, Dave, don't fight me, Dave. I know you beat people up.
Hey, I wasn't even looking for it. I wasn't even thinking about that.
Don't do that, Dave. I'm sorry.
Hey,
Dave, I'm Baptist. Charged in my head, not in my heart. But anyway, all right, Dave.
This guy's crazy.
Let's talk about your band, okay? How did you get to Serious Company?
Serious Company? Actually, I mean, it was something that I was just kind of interested in. I'm not even sure if they were looking for another keyboard player or not. But at the time, when I was playing with What Band, I've been playing with What Band in and out What Band for probably the last 15 years or what have you. Help build the sound and stuff over there. But I was looking for something a little more mature, something a little different, something more, I guess, friend and family oriented. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of what Scoob and the guys over at Service Company, shout out to Miss Kim too, the lady, have going over there. Everybody's friends and stuff over there. So I used to hang around them a lot. I used to come to everybody at Society Lounge and stuff like that. So that was just something I wanted to be a part of. So in hanging around them and getting to know everybody else, it kind of lended itself to me being involved with them on occasion, especially with Marcus having a baby at the time and having to go to church and stuff like that. So it kind of just worked itself out.
And what was your first band?
My first band, I mean, everybody has their little high school bands, but I played initially with I started with a band called Rather Unique. It was one of the younger bands that we had when we were opening up for JYB and Essence at different. Well, I don't think we opened for Essence. We opened for JYB in Backyard at a couple shows when they were doing American Legion and stuff back in the day. But then I really started playing with Black Alley, and I have played with the Huckabucks a few times. So.
That's what's up. That's what's up. All right, I'm gonna move along, man. I think we got everybody out the way. So, like I said, I'm gonna throw this question out there. Whoever want to answer, y'all, I guess we'll kind of be orderly about it. But the gig life. What's the pluses and minuses? We do what we do for the fans and for the people that pay their money, but they don't see the behind the scenes. And when I say the gig life, I mean like the pluses and minuses of what we do. Y'all have anything to say about that?
Well, the pluses is that it pays well.
Right.
The
minus for me, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, when I was playing with Chuck, he couldn't understand why I had to go on the road a lot and play with a lot of artists, because he would be like, making good money here, but, in my heart, I always feel like every musician needs to be on tour on the road at some point when you're in your 30s and 40s, 20s, 30s, 40s. Because, you're young and, you have that energy and everything. You just want to get that out your system. And then as you get older, then, you can just settle down and work locally or do whatever you want to do. But he just couldn't understand. I mean, that's why he fired me like twice, because I just kept, being out of town, a lot. But I just had to do it. And, but his thing was, you can make good money staying home, working 5 days a week here. You don't have to travel. You don't have to worry about the hotels and the climate change, yada, yada, yada. You could just be here and maybe work 2 and 3 shows in one day, So that's one of the pluses that GOGO can bring.
Chuck Brown fired you twice.
Yeah.
Wow.
He fired me twice. Everybody in the band got fired except Brian Mills. He was teaching pet. Everybody got fired.
I want to say pluses and minuses for me. The minus is setting up. I hate setting up, breaking down, the weight.
That's the thing. Like we got the second most equipment to bring in to a show on the stage. The congos and the drums are always already there. Who
already there?
Than we got.
Yeah, I don't like setting up either. So I coined this thing where I don't even take my keyboard out the bag. I just unzip in the bag, fold it, play, zipping it back up. So now I'm starting to see other keyboard players that GOGO do. It's kind of crazy. But I started it like me and EB. He's just like, yo, I'm not doing all that, bro. Then somebody might spill a drink on your bag. No. You gotta put your keyboard in a wet bag that smell like brown liquor. You're like, come on, man. I just got tired of that.
Cherie and Roy don't know nothing about that.
That's what I was about to say. Cherie and Roy don't know.
Yeah.
Hey, look, Dog, it might be in the same boat too. He don't touch it. We pull up to the front door.
Yeah, they carry out stuff there. Only thing I don't like is parking. Keyboard players, we should be able to park in the damn club. To me,
yeah.
Why we don't never get no parking?
Yeah. I will add what I don't like too is, when we was gigging like on Saturdays, then you gotta get up and play at church. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Marcus, hey Marcus, I'm with you on that.
Yeah, that will hurt.
That hurt.
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jesus.
Hey, with me, what I don't like or what I didn't like is when Donnell was here, we was playing like 5-6 times a week and no family time. I mean, Friday, Saturday, we playing Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I was like, man, I'm talking about holidays, everything. We had no family time.
But now we got plenty of
Plenty of family time.
Too much so.
Too much time,
family
man.
Plenty.
So, hey Roy,
Yo, Chris.
lane.
You
So
say what?
I'm gonna come down your lane.
Oh,
right
okay.
now. So playing for, what is it like playing for Funk? Like, y'all get along? Funk is a legend. He's a legend.
Oh yeah. Funk, my man, $100,000. Look, it's a good thing I learned to play with him first before Essence, because now when he comes to the Essence stage, I already know what to look for. You know what I mean? But Funk, and Sheree can tell you, people can tell you, Funk is just like, because he's a DJ at heart, and that's what he is, that's how he likes to run the set. So you just got to be on your P's and Q's, ready for whatever type of DJ spin he was to put on something y'all just rehearsed and said, we're going to do it this way. But then he get up there and say, nah, I'm going to do it like this right now. You know what I mean? Like 3 seconds before he does it. So you just got to be ready for it.
So, and Dog, you played for a band that I grew up, that was my first song. Take Me Out to See Junkyard was the first song I ever learned on the keyboard. So,
Okay.
I mean, what is it like playing for Bugs? Like, describe how that is, man.
Woo. I'm gonna say, because one thing about Junk and Bugs, that band, when you got a guy that knows his music, he knows how to play it. I mean, he don't want to inverted C chord. He want the C at the front. He don't want the C. He don't want the E in front of that. You know what I'm saying? He don't want the EGC. He wanted a certain way because he expect a certain sound. So it's crazy by me playing with him for so long. You know what I'm saying? Jump. You definitely got to be on your P's and Q's because they're listening all the time. But it's been fun though. I can say that. Once you in, you blood in now. You in. So one thing about the yard, once you're in, you're in. Ain't no, nah, play somewhere tomorrow night. Nah, you in the yard. That's what it is. It's nowhere else.
You got jumped in yet?
No, ain't no jumping. Ain't no.
I was just asking. You said you was blood in. I was just trying to figure out. You said you was blood in. I'm just saying
it's like a family. Junk is a family. Because one thing for certain, two things for sure, Bugs don't like switching musicians. So once he get a core, and once you get so used to playing with a set circle of guys, he don't want to look back there and see another new guy. He wants to keep the core that he has. And I'm quite sure that's any talker. But I'm just, that's how Junk moves.
That's kind of the thing that I wanted to ask Chris. I don't mean to step in your shine, but like everybody here seems to be has been locked into their bands for a long period of time. So we see now it's a pattern with a lot of the musicians to jump around and all that stuff. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah, that's on that side. That's not on the crank side. That's on that side. They don't have it on that side.
I think you're talking about just subbing or something like.
Is it subbing or is it jumping to a different band?
It's not even subbing. Like you got guys playing with 3 and 4 bands at a time. You got guys they subbing or they playing with one band 1 week and they playing with another band for 3 months. Like they just moving. Like nobody seems to be really committed to building any particular.
Yeah, I came up watching people stay with their band. I watch people just like, if this is what you say you do, or this is the band you say you claim, until they fire you, or like something crazy happen, like you are in the band. Like there is, man, I know for certain I probably got fired like twice. Let's just say I probably like I probably be like, man, I can't deal with Marcus no more. He I know it. But then the next game, like, what's up, man? You know, we all laughing and joking. You know what I'm saying? So like it's a loyalty, it's a camaraderie with that. It's just, you know, like when you built with people that got the same kind of mentality, you'll stick with them. I'm not saying that other people don't. It might be they got bills to pay, and this band only gonna pay them 50. Yeah. This band only gonna pay him 50. This band gonna pay him 100. So, you know, they got to shuffle during the week to make that cash. I see it on a lot of gigs, but I've been fortunate enough to stick with one band and play with a core. And most of us on this stream have had to do that, to just stay with a band and build something, or come in and enhance what they've already done. So, you know, I can't really say it's a good thing or a bad thing, because you don't know what financially or, you know, mentally something might be happening where it's like, man, I don't really like this dude, but this is my man playing the drums, so I'm gonna look out for him. Or, you know what I'm saying? It can be a lot of stuff that goes into them things. So, you know, I kind of say it's a case by case scenario.
You think it hurts our genre with so much movement going around like that though?
Nah, not me personally. I say no.
And I'm not just
I say
keyboard standpoint.
Not with the keyboard players. Yeah. Not with the keyboard players, but front line, like keyboard players, no. I don't think musicians, it really matter.
I would say it matters from the, like you said, it's the core people that play in the band. So it's the lead talker, it's the drummer, and it's the bass player. You know, I mean, and the Congo player, sorry. Those three pieces, if they keep moving out, keep changing, then your sonics are going to change. Mm-hmm. Or if they play with other bands, then they got to adapt to the way that band plays. So is it a bad thing? Like, that's tough. I don't know. I mean,
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just asking more so, does it hurt the consistency of a band when your music section in itself is shifting on a frequent basis?
Oh yeah, it does, because you ain't no chemistry.
Yeah,
that's how I see it anyway. If you play, let's just say Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, right? And every night you got a different drummer, it's not gonna be right. Or every night you got, just to say, every night you got a different keyboard player. Like G said, you don't know if it's Bugs back there. He don't know what to call now, because like he got somebody that might not know. He might not know the signs. He might not know, you know, what he like. So from that aspect, I think it's chemistry. You know what I'm saying? Chemistry is the thing that's gonna mess it up.
As keyboard players, you know, we play certain things that the front line they expect to hear. You know, if let's take a Jill Scott song or something. All of us have played the same songs, you know what I mean? And we play them different with our own style. So, you know, your band members, they get accustomed to that. Like, oh, like if I sub, let's say if I sub, you know, for Backyard, and I may not do what Marcus do, they'll be looking back like, hold up, they're looking for this part, you know, a specific part. You know, I'm playing the song, but I may not play this part that he's playing or just like he does it. I may switch it up, but it may throw them off or something. Mm-hmm. It may sound good, it may not, you know, but we're all playing the same songs, and it's going to get to a point where it's going to sound the same. If I'm playing keys for every group, you know, there's not going to be any individuality or distinction between the bands.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's where I see the problem is, like you say, if you're playing for every group, then every band sounds like you. You know what I'm saying? And then that doesn't build any separation or from the bands or it does, like you want to each band you go to have its own identity. And that's the big negative thing that I see from people switching so much. I understand guys need to make money, so you need to get out here and you need to do what you do. But if you're gigging musician and that's just what you do, that's cool. But if you're trying to build something that's larger than just you, does it make sense to follow that path? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, subbing is one thing. You know, I play with seem familiar. I played with Red Essence. I played with Vibe. I've never played with Backyard or Backyard, Junkyard or Backyard. So it's like subbing, you know, if your keyboard player can't make it, they sick or whatever, they late, whatever case it may be, you gotta have keys. You got to, you know what I mean? Unless you're just gonna play Give Me That Beat all night long for 2 seconds. You know?
Yeah.
All the groups that we playing, we're very musical. And you have singers, you know. Yeah.
So let me get back to what I was saying before I was interrupted by Dave.
Oh, please, my bad, Chris. I know you got your order. You gotta get it in line.
I got my order. So Mike, what's it like playing with D. Floyd, now Steve Roy? Like, break that down.
Oh.
You know, wait a minute.
Playing with Steve it's a little bit more laid back. Playing with D Floyd, a little bit more raw.
I could see that.
Yeah. I mean, it's a little different, but not too much. Not too much different.
Okay. Marcus, what is it like with Big G? Playing for him, like
why you say it like that, Chris? Big G.
That's the Prince of GOGO, right? What's his name? The Prince of GOGO, man. Like, what is that like, man?
I would say it this way: that he's because he's a fan of. I mean, not even a fan. He's a student of Bugs. Mm-hmm. He's watched everything Bugs do, so he's another one that knows everything that's going on stage. Mm-hmm. And if something ain't right, he will look at you and be like, "What in the woo 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 woo," and just go off. So then it's tough to try to get back into the groove, because then by that time he done lost it and be like, "I can't do this." Like, you know what I'm saying? So like, it's one of the things where, you know, it's not you being on edge. He wants you to have the same intensity he has. And that's the best way I can describe it. When he come to the stage, he bringing 110% every night. He gonna put creativity on around. I mean, it's been times like when we was in our trade win days, he'd walk in from doing the shoot with the wire and be like, "Yo, come up with something right now." And then Bug just click the sticks and we start playing something. So, you know what I'm saying? He can catch off guard like, "Man, I don't want to play nothing. Oh, I want you to come up with something right now." He'd be like,
right.
Okay. Like, so that's how we got like Tokyo Spinach that way. We got a couple songs off stage, like just doing it, like just play a beat, Bug, and go. Whatever y'all feel like doing. Then he'll start saying something. Then we come up with a whole new song. So like it's great. His creativity level is crazy. Like he could just say, he'd be saying the most craziest stuff. I'd be like, "Yo, that's not gonna." I'm sitting back here like, that's not gonna work. Then 16 bars later, they're like, they saying what he's saying. I'm like, this actually work. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a great joy to work with a guy like that who's always on, who's like 100% dedicated to his craft. So it's been a blast working with that dude. Call him almost every other day, like, "Yo, you good?" We just got a good relationship. He cuts me out, I go at him, he go at me. We still, you know, it's family. You know what I'm saying? It's been great working with him, straight up.
And you know, that family thing, man, that's how Vibe is. I will say, I don't know if we the only band that don't practice on here, but because of that.
Yeah, y'all are. And I
Okay.
I was like, how in the world does that even happen?
Wow.
Yeah, we don't practice. And the thing is, it's a gamble. Like if Derek wants to do a song and he send a song out, let me tell you something. If you mess up, he will embarrass you. I've gotten embarrassed plenty of times. You know, Derek make that face like, "What?" You know what I'm saying? And so I had to learn how to, you know my song all the way. But anyway, all right, Sharif.
But guess what? Hold up. You're
Go
not
ahead.
the only band that didn't practice. Listen, we'll go to practice, but Donnell would talk for 2 hours. He don't practice nothing. He'll talk the whole time. And then everything that we played, we learned on stage. Everything that we like, let's say straight to the bar, everything was on stage. We never did that in practice.
So straight to the bar was just y'all just was vibing at that time.
Just vibing, yep.
So
a lot of magic can happen like that on stage. Just a lot of songs that, you know, you don't have to rehearse. These new songs that come on the radio, you can just play it. Keyboard player just start playing around with it over the beat, and the singer will sing, and the bass will jump in, and you may not have like an arrangement, like a like a real big arrangement, but you can get through the song, you know, and just play it just because it's new and you just did it, you know. But you know, sometimes, man, we gotta rehearse. Belladonna, we gotta rehearse.
Hey, Cherie, I want to know what it's like playing for Chuck Brown.
Oh, with Chuck, man, the first time I was scared to death. I ain't gonna lie. I was scared because I didn't know if I was, really qualified, because, playing with Chuck, he always had like great players and stuff like that. And so I just took it as though, well, I mean, he called me, so I guess I am good enough. I'm qualified for it. But it was easy, I mean, it was like a dream come true, because as a kid, I listened to a lot of Chuck. I knew all of his songs anyway, just because I sit at my keyboard and just be playing and grooving to them and stuff, Harlem Nocturnes, everything. But all I needed to know was the arrangement, like how he does it, how he starts off. And I had a great team, Brian Mills and Juju and all them, Milton, Glenn. They would just like cue me and let me know like who's going to do this or that, and, But Chuck, he was awesome. I mean, he knows his music. He knows. He told me, look, he knew I graduated from Howard Jazz Studies, so he already prepped me and was like, I want you playing them 7 and them 9 chords, none of that kind of stuff. He just wants you to play basic, chords, blues chords and things like that, the way he likes it. He didn't want too much fanciness going on. But sometimes I could sneak a little of me in it, here and there, just, but not to be all busy, you gotta just lay in a cut and just groove. But I listened to a lot of Louis, everything that Louis played, I just stuck, so that when I get in, it won't be that much of a difference. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That live in Japan, 91, 92, man, whew, I still listen to that joint. That's Louis on there.
I'm about to say, I don't remember that.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't.
Hey, so look, let me ask y'all a question. Let me get deep into the GOGO. So, do y'all think there should be, they do them GOGO awards every year now, right? Do y'all think it should be a best keyboard section GOGO? They don't have that, do they?
I'm trying to think that they may have in the past. I don't know.
They had a best rhythm section.
Section, you're right. Yeah.
Like, that was early in the first couple of GOGO awards where they would talk about the musicians as a whole, the section. But I don't know. I think it's kind of hard to kind of separate out just the keyboard players like on the show when they just play them. I don't know how you would do that.
Right. They had it at one point. They did have it at one point, because I remember me and Marcus was nominated along with, I think, EB and Mike. And
y'all lost?
Of course, EB and Marcus is going to win that.
They gonna win every award.
Hold on, that was it. Hold on, you got me now. That was the thing. I don't remember that. So
I think it was like 2012 was the last time they did that.
Okay, yeah. I mean, we done had so many idioms of the GOGO Awards. We had the red cowbells, we had congos, we done had. So you gotta tell me which I will remember.
Yeah, I think it was like 2012.
So, Roy, you still there?
I'm here, bro.
I'm gonna go down the line on this question right here. I'm gonna go down the line on this one. What is the craziest gig you've ever done? I mean, the craziest thing you ever seen during a gig. I want to hear this. Let me get my cup ready.
Oh man, there's too many. It's too many to. Man, that's a good question, man. That's a good question. It's hard to pick from when you're on the road and see crazy stuff happening, or you fight, get through a hard situation, or you down at the you down at the metro or something like that. When you see I don't know. I had to come back to you on that one. I'll chime in as soon as it pop up.
I'm going to Dog next because I know Dog got a story. I know Dog.
Why I got to have a story? Why I got to have a story? Why do I have to have a story? Let me see. I'm trying to think. I'm a crazy. Let me think of a crazy one. Oh man. When you speak crazy, what are you referencing? When you say a wild one, what are you referencing?
I mean something while you're on the keyboard and you see something and you just can't forget that you saw what you saw. I don't care what it is.
Shoot. Now,
because I'm gonna tell you, I've seen somebody get knocked out cold in front of me before.
Yeah.
I give you.
I've seen that many times.
Exactly. That's
the fight is easy.
Unusual.
The fight's easy.
Yeah, that was easy.
That's easy.
Hey, Mike, you got Buzz in your line, homie.
Somebody's Mike.
Yeah, that's Mike.
Somebody feed.
Mike, you got Buzz in your line. That's why I keep muting you. I don't know what's going on, but you got like a hard buzz in your line. No,
man, you sound like a modem over there right now.
Hey.
Yeah, you like you cutting grass. You cutting grass in the lawn somewhere.
Oh, he sound like Ethan sometimes at the show.
Yeah, that's why I got, like, if you ain't talking, I got mute you because that joint is just rumbling and mumbling.
Mike and they throwing an 808. That joint.
Hey, I don't know what he over there doing.
He throwing an 808. That joint a 404 right now.
No, I have my fan on. So
okay.
right?
Nah, it still is. It's like an underlining buzz, yeah.
Oh.
Dang.
Hey, but I give you one. I give you a crazy story that happened. I don't know if anybody ever played at the Lapina. I was playing at the Lapina one night, and in the hallway where the stage at, where you come up the stage, there's a hallway. There was some people in that joint bucket, getting it in. I was watching the whole, what the fuck is this? And I'm playing and looking at it. I mean, they were butt naked, like going at it right there.
Same experience at the club levels.
I tell you one thing that happened to me though. It just showed me it was crazy, but it showed me the passion that these groupies have, right? And it was crazy because I had gotten food poisoning that day before a hit, right? And so when I pulled up to the Met, that joint had kicked in so bad, right? And I thought somebody was going to have some compassion for me, right? So I was on the sidewalk. I couldn't even move. I was like on my back on the sidewalk, bundled over, you know what I mean? Couldn't even move. And I thought somebody was going to feel sorry for me. Some of the girls that came up, that didn't know me, they said, "Oh man, RB, what's wrong?" I said, "I don't know if I can play." You know what I mean? And they said, "Dad, RB, how we gonna party tonight if you like that?" Right? I said, "Dang."
Yeah,
that's cutthroat right there.
Yeah, man.
I got one too.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna name his name, but this guy, he was on stage and he was rapping. Well-known guy. Rest in peace to him. But I was playing and I looked up and a girl was on right in front of him, unzipped his pants and just started going to work, like right there on the stage. I'm not gonna say his name because I don't know. I don't even know if he was married. Like I'm not going.
Good. And where was this?
Yeah, he's no longer with us no more. But I'm not gonna say his name.
Pornhub on stage.
Hey, son.
Hey, Mike,
Well,
what
I'm gonna
club
say,
was this, Mike? What club
all
was
right,
this?
let me just say a long time ago. Nah, I'm not gonna say his name. I'm gonna just leave it.
I was thinking
That was the
Anybody
craziest
else?
to me.
that you can't don't put that out there, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, I ain't putting that out there, but yeah.
Hey Dave, I overlooked you, man. What is it like playing for Scooby and Miss Kim?
What? Oh, I'm with Dave. You changed the question. I was going to answer the other question.
I forgot to ask
I'll,
you
go back. I'll do both of the questions. Yeah. Playing with Scooby and Miss Kim, like I'm saying before, is probably this is probably the first time I'm actually having fun on stage, where it's not as much work as it was before. You know what I'm saying? Like they everybody there is family. So with Kim and Scooby, it's like I was kind of on edge a lot of times when I was playing with rapper. Like you have to anticipate where he's going. You have to be on point. You have to be very sharp. This dude will change at the drop of a dime, and he'll be in one mood the next and switch to another. With Kim and Scooby, it's a little more like they like the groove, they like the jam, and everybody's in together. And they make sure that everybody's on the same point before they move forward. So it's a lot easier there. But as far as the craziest show in, we played the CFE with rapper in them, and like literally we are mid groove. It is going crazy in the building, and all of a sudden the lights turn on in the middle of the room, and we see nothing but ATF standing in the middle of the floor with full machine guns and everything, telling everybody to get on the floor. We are at the CFV and this is going down. Ban everybody, get on the ground. I don't care what you're doing. Lights is flickered on in the middle of the show. That was the wildest thing. I've never been as scared as I have in a day in my life as opposed to that show. Like we've had somebody going on. Yeah.
What'd you say, Mike?
I said that happened to me before at the Senate Inn.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's scary.
Yeah, I'm talking about night vision goggles and all this other stuff. We looking at these guys, they like literally because you couldn't see in the club half the time. You see people moving, the lights turn on, you see these guys with guns literally surrounding you already, and you don't even know how they got there.
Like you in a movie.
Yeah, and they came. I mean, literally, they came out of nowhere and just stand in the middle of the thing with guns. Everybody on the floor, lights is on.
They had the buses and everything out there, didn't they?
Oh, absolutely.
They came in buses. Yep, that's how it was with us at the Senate Inn.
Yeah.
I got a question for all the keyboard players on here. Are y'all ready for this one?
Oh Lord, here we go.
What is it like? Okay, let me word it like this. How important is it to have a bass player that knows how to play? Nobody understands our pain.
Didn't I tell y'all he was gonna be controversial?
Plead the fifth.
I told you.
But hey, but my take is this here. I just say this here. I don't think it's about if the bass player can play, because there's a lot of musicians that can play, but do they fit the style of the band? That's the biggest issue. Because I've had bass players that I could run the charts, I could just run a number system too, but he didn't have the grimy. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have that edge with it. You know what I'm saying? But then I played with a bass player that R.I.P. Big House. He was junkyard. You know what I'm saying? Some people just fit the band they're with.
Yeah. I can speak on that. Well, I've been fortunate for 15 years.
You've been
to play with Nathaniel Fields. Yeah. We came in the band together at the same time. So big up to him. I've never had an issue. Even our subs are good. Danny is sub for us. And DeAndre is sub for us a couple of times. So like even our subs have been good. Like I think it's like he said, when your band knows the caliber of what they playing, they won't call somebody in that can't play. Moreover, they'll just be like, yo, play key bass, we'll be good. They'd rather that be done than bring somebody in there to slow the show down. So, you know, that's pretty much how it goes. Definitely for backyard. They'd be like, Marcus, bring a keyboard with an extra keyboard, and you play bass and play all the other parts. So then, you know, me, Mike, and EB, or even if I had one keyboard, they'd say like, all right, you play the bass on this song, I play the bass on this song, and we just switch off in the first part of the show. Then after that, I just play the whole bass myself for the rest of the show. So, you know, like it varies from band to band, but I'm grateful to Nate Fields.
Man, Nate is a beast. I play with him in church, and so I know how you feel. It's like, Nate, when you have a bass player, I feed off of bass. You know, when I have a strong bass player, you know, even if you're doing arrangements, I feed off bass.
Yeah,
you know,
I let the bass player
go a different direction. They may play a note, I'd be like, oh, and I try to match that. You know what I'm saying? So it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah,
I missed out on that a number of years in like playing when I initially started playing in bands, and to the point where I started to feel like it was hurting me as a musician, because I didn't always have a solid bass player that I had to play, and a lot of times I would end up having to play key bass because the bass guitar playing, either one wasn't being played or two wasn't being played forcefully enough to be heard. So I would always have to cover that up, which end up leading me to play more 808s and all that other stuff. And that's how the web band kind of stuff kind of changed. But at the same time, in my growth as a keyboard player, I felt like I was being hindered because I had to lock in with the drums. I had to play that bass line, hold that, and I couldn't expand my professionalism as far as being a musician.
But it strengthened your skills as a keyboard key bass. You know what I'm saying? So if you happen to do gigs where you could just do some gigs doing key bass, make some money in another direction opposed to just being a keyboard player, you know.
Correct. Yeah.
That foundation is so important, and especially with Dre. Man, Dre will switch a whole practice schedule if Baker can't make it. You know what I mean? But that's, I mean, we'll change the schedule for 2 months if Baker can't make it. You know what I mean? But that's how important. You know, ever since Baker got in there and took over for Ned, you know what I mean? He's been that consistent foundation with the band. You know what I mean? And being able to play around that and off of them. You know what I mean? And by Dre being a guitarist, Dre really relies on that familiarity of a good funk foundation. You know what I mean? So it's definitely
Not to mention.
Yep.
Not to mention he a beast too.
Yeah.
Baker's a beast.
Yeah.
You could get Sean Geeson or Doug. You know, they play old school. They listen to a lot of Essence. You know, so
yeah, Doug's filled in a couple times with Baker too. Yeah.
So, gig and family life. I know we had touched on that earlier. How do y'all? Well, let me speak from my experience because I do have 4 children and a wife and a dog. But you know, I had to give some balance, like, you know, kind of Mondays or like days me and the wife can go to the movie and stuff like that, because weekends was just shot. You know, Vibe had like 2 shows on a Saturday or something like that. You know, if my son got to do something, you know, I had to always be like just navigating around that, because gigs, y'all know how it go, you know, and if you can't make a gig, you know, that's a whole nother thing to talk about. But I just wanted to start with you, Cherie. How do you balance your gig and your
It's hard, and you know, I get angry sometimes because I feel like you guys, y'all got it good because y'all can go on the road, y'all can do a whole lot, because the mommies, we have to stay home with our babies now. That's just how it is.
Stop the cap.
Y'all don't understand. When I had my babies, I was playing with Chuck and Belladonna. So and then John is Belladonna's manager. So at first he was working in construction. So he would work in the day, I work at night, and we could have someone to watch the kids. But once he became manager, we had to go together. So it was hard to find babysitters. I had to, my mom, his mom, neighbors, cousins, whatever. It's tough because you gotta have a babysitter and somebody that you trust, because this day and age, you can't just have anybody watching your kids, you know? So that's a hard thing. And so we've been fortunate that I never had to miss a gig. There are times you got to bring them suckers with you, you know? you just got to do what you got to do. And now that they're older, it's much easier. But when they're toddlers, infants at that stage, it's rough. It's really rough. When Jaden, he was being potty trained, and I'm getting ready for my gig. John already gone, and I'm running late. He's like, "Mommy!" And he had poop all on his hands. Just hugged me and stuff. I'm like, oh my gosh. And so I had to like change my clothes, put him in the tub. I was late for the show. I mean, what could I do? And I'm just frustrated and like, oh my gosh, so yeah, it's hard.
Let Mike answer next. He got his one with him.
Oh my gosh. I know. It was hard for me because like I said, we were playing, right. And both, and two of them in here, look, they just want to say hi and then bye. All right, see you later. Close the door, lock the door, please. It was hard for me because like I said, we were playing 5, 6, 7 times a week, and I had no time for family. So, but now, like I said, we do. We got a lot of time now.
I was gonna say, like when we initially was playing, I was a single dad at the time. You know what I'm saying? I have a great support system with my son's mother and stuff. But there were times where I didn't want to bother her, or I didn't want her to feel like I couldn't take care of things. So I had to do research, find overnight daycare center. I found one in DC at the time when we was working. I would drop my son off there for a couple of hours. I mean, and we play the show and I come right back and pick him up. But just because I need to get through the gig, and like I felt like I didn't have any other options, or I didn't want to feel like I was obligating somebody else because I was trying to chase this life. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it was kind of tough. I mean, I pushed through it and stuff like that, and then made it happen. But I do regret some of that. You know what I'm saying? Not being able to just be at home and take care of him, or having to work, put extra efforts out to do that then. But I mean, it worked out.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Like I've had my sons and my wife have had to sacrifice birthdays and stuff like that. Like 1 year I was in 2 years I did 2 runs in Italy, and my son's birthday is in December. So when you go over there, the Christmas season is like their big music thing where they have like gospel festivals like every day. So I was over there for like 2 weeks and missed his birthday like 2 years. So like I really had to give him a lot of stuff to to like say like, yo, thank you for letting me do this. I really appreciate it. And then, just the strain of being married to to a wife, and like to your wife, and she's like, yo, we're like ships in the night. You pass and I pass, and we don't get to hang out. You got and it's tough, again, not to bring up church again, but it's really tough when you work for a church that's really like pumping, and then you working for a band that's really pumping. Like, and when I first got with Backyard, like they was playing, like you said, we was playing like 5 nights a week. This is the back in the days when they had the Neon and CFE, they had Trey Wins, they had Legends, Mirrors was open. What's the joint around the corner from Ibiza? The Fur was open. We was playing all these spots like constant, like every week, and it was just like, yo, it's tough to find that balance when your band is like, yo, your fans are looking for you where you at, number one. Then the band is asking you to be there. Then your family is like, I want you to do this. Can you be here? Can you be? So it's like a tug and pull. Then your church is like, oh, you can't miss this. Like you gotta be here. You gotta be on that organ to play. You gotta be. So it's like a tug and pull, and it's like somebody unfortunately has to get hurt, and most times it's your family, because it's tough for, I would say, Cherie, please forgive me for what I'm about to say. Please forgive me. It's tough for fathers because, it's almost split down the middle. It's like you want us to be a provider, but then you want us to have time with you. So like, yo, I can't sit in the house and play the gig. You know what I'm saying? So I promise you, I understand mothers, Cherie. I promise you, I understand where you're coming from. I promise. Like, please don't think I'm capping right now. I'm not capping. And it's not even a but. It's not even a but. I understand both playing grounds, and I thank God that for these 10 months we've been able to find balance. You know what I'm saying? Like, even with my church, like pushing us to do all this content, I had to be like, yo, my computer cuts off at 7. And now I'm like, my computer cuts off at 6. I'm gonna go, and even during the day, I'm taking breaks, like messing with my sons. They playing Fortnite. I'm looking at them play Fortnite and all this other stuff. So we found balance while this whole pandemic has happened. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people not grateful for it. I'm grateful for the pandemic. It kind of settled us and helped us kind of breathe, first of all, and just see what's important right now in our lives. And watching your kids grow up is important. You know what I'm saying? Being there with your spouse is important. And then, the bond gets strong and stuff like that. But I promise you, Cherie, I agree.
So, Dave.
Yes, sir.
Do we have any questions? Anybody ask any questions? I can't see if anybody.
I was texting you. We only have one real question. I don't know if you want to ask that question. I just texted to you.
What's the question? Oh, you want? Oh, hold on. Let me look at my text. Hold on.
I didn't realize you was on your phone at that time.
I mean, hey, you know me. I'm gonna ask.
I just hey, go ahead.
I'm gonna ask the question.
Controversial.
So the question is, and let me read it word for word.
Okay.
Hold up. Do you have groupies, stalkers? How do you handle them? I'm gonna let Dog go first.
Mike fell off the screen. Mike fell off the screen though, yeah. What the hell is going on, yeah?
Hey. I'm gonna tell you how we handle them in the yard. We got a stalker block, do not let in list. So if they come through the door the first time, they won't come in again. I promise you that. So that's how we do it. You know what I'm saying? I don't even deal with the stalkers. It is what it is. If you know what it is going in, it shouldn't be no issue. That's my take.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I play low key. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, most of the shows I come to, I know I'm coming to work. So I 9 times out of 10 don't even leave the stage for most of the time I come to a show. I sit on stage the entire time, sit in the back, chill, drink my drink. If a drink pops up for me, I'll drink that too. But I really don't try to interact, which I don't know if that's a good thing all the time, because like we're in a genre where our crowd base it really wants to see us and wants to interact with us. So I'm just not that guy. It's not really meant for me to do. But for the front line handle that.
Hey, but that's crazy, because I always wanted to know though, if I may ask, hey Cherie, I always wanted to know, because we got millions of female groupies. Is what it is. Do y'all got male groupies?
You got millions.
Speak for yourself. Speak for yourself.
Speak for yourself.
The bands. We talking about bands. We talking bands. Y'all guys, you know what? You keyboard players, y'all playing 50 now. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Listen, most people don't even know I play with backyard, and that's the way I like it. I want to walk in, set my keyboard up, unzip the bag, zip it back up after 90 minutes. I'm back outside.
Hey, everybody know who Kiki is, so I don't get bothered. I hit the stage, go outside, and as soon as it's over, I come back in and get ready to play.
Hey, Chris, I know I got other questions that are coming to you, just to let you know.
But Cherie, they want to know if you have male groupies. That's what they wanted to know.
Not much, because now I'm married. But back in the day, guys would just use this line. They would try to get in free by carrying my keyboards when I was playing with Sugar Bear. So that was their thing, and I'd be like, oh, sure, carry them, and they get in free because I'm with the keyboard player, but, we have security. All of the girls have guys, crazy guys that follow them to their cars, and we have security. We have some guys that are watching, because it can get kind of dangerous with girls, and, we dress up, and, we're women on stage, and yeah, we gotta we got to be
I
protected.
can see that.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Dave Cleve.
Yes, sir.
I see you sending me the questions. Go ahead and ask the questions because I mean I can't see them. You can see them.
Okay. They popping on text. Okay. So the next question we have is
Who is the question from? So you gotta tell us.
I gotta tell you with the initial question.
Yeah.
No, I mean, yeah. Whoever asking the question. Tell us
that first question was from Tamika Jackson.
Oh
Okay,
yeah, I know
that's
Tamika. No, I don't know
I know a lot of Tamikas. What's up, Tamika?
What's up,
the question.
Tamika?
Yeah. Okay. So next question is we got from Fudge F Baby.
Oh, he play keyboards. That's my man.
Oh, he said, what is the most difficult song that each and every one of us has had to learn to play, and what made it difficult?
And GOGO. That's what you're asking.
I can jump down the line and tell you right now, and this is an easy song for all of you all. Lock It is the most difficult song I've ever had to play in my life.
Really?
I swear to God, because
it's the major
everyone
fours.
plays it. Is that, and everyone plays it different, and it's
the
too
major
much for my head.
fours. It's the Lock It starts with E flat, then it goes to A flat. Yeah. It's the major fours.
That's not what stumps me. What stumps me is RB when he goes and he does the finger roll at the top, and then they want to go into the Chinese symbols, and then everyone is playing these different. It just throws me for a loop, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm supposed to play, when I'm supposed to play it, and it's crazy to me.
I'm gonna tell you, and Roy can vouch for this too. When I first played with Chuck and Funk, we had rehearsal. He told me to play Lock It, and I played it. And he said, I thought you played it wrong. And I'm doing it right. Funk has a specific way of how he plays it.
Wow, that's crazy.
And he knows. And he came to the keyboard and he can't really articulate or play it, but he showed me the way he wanted it done. So, yeah.
Hey, Funk,
you gotta play Funk's way.
Funk sat in with us one time and we had to play Hey Buddy. He said, can you make your whistle a little lower? I was
right.
That's funny. Anybody else got this song?
Does it have to be GOGO?
That's what I'm asking. Is it GOGO?
Is it all GOGO?
Nah, I don't think I think he's just asking in general.
Oh,
I mean, I will call some local names of artists who put out some crazy music, and the artist is like, you have to play it just like the record. I'm gonna tell you, I'll put it like this. One of the most difficult artists I had to play for, because he literally wants it like the album, is Richard Smallwood. Mr. Smallwood is probably the hardest artist. Like, y'all talk about how Funk knows this music. Like, if you play the wrong chord, that dude's like this while he's singing.
He's not only just gospel but classical as well.
Yeah, classical. He's an amazing pianist. So, for me, and then to even go further, we did a tribute for him for Radio 1. Me and a good friend of mine, Roderick Giles, he has a group in DC. So they called him, asked him to do the tribute for him. So he picked these songs that nobody knew but Mr. Smallwood. I'm up there playing. He's looking around the choir like this. I'm like, yo, that's crazy. But I'm playing like, yo, I'm up there sweating. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like, real talk, the licks and all that stuff that people add to it, you can pick that stuff up. But being precise in what you play, especially when the artist asks you to play exactly what they recorded, that's the tough thing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's how I started playing with Backyard. I came in and just started adding my flavor to it. Most of the stuff was already there. So I just had to just play around, figure out some parts or whatever. But having to sit down and then learn Mike's part, then sit down, have to learn EB's part and play it the correct way. So everybody be like, oh yeah, that's how it's supposed to be played. That was the tougher thing. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's more on the lines of playing what's there versus playing what you feel. So I think that's what Sharice means too, with the whole funk thing. Like playing what is supposed to be there, not what you feel.
So what you think it should be.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like that's the bigger thing, being able to play it correctly with the song. suggests you should play versus playing what you feel. That's the harder thing for me.
When
you know
you're
what I'm
playing
saying?
artists, you got to play parts.
Exactly.
The person that's playing mains, who sometimes they can get away, but when you're playing parts, horn lines, string lines, little pizzicato things or whatever, flute, you got to play parts. And if you don't, they will be angry. They will call you out in front of everybody.
Yep.
So as far as answer that question about it being difficult, the difficulty, it all depends on how much time you got to spend with it. We could pick a song. It may take me 5 minutes to get it. It may take another person an hour, or you'll get it eventually, but it's whatever your speed or your pace is.
I'm gonna tell you the hardest part for me, the difficult part for me is playing at somebody's church, and when it's testimony service and it's that one person get up there start singing.
Yo, I bet you that's how me and Chris came up that way.
Yeah.
Yo, that's why I got my teeth.
I'm sitting there at the keyboard like, where is the key? What is the key?
Yeah.
Oh,
hey, Mark, they get up there. They get up there first, giving out of the God pastor. I think a song on the way here, and they go like this. I don't know if the musician can pick it up, but they go like this.
Oh my God, throw you right under the bus.
And then they go into different keys though. When they go into another key, they change the key.
They done modulated 3 times.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. That. But see, that day is dead now. You know what I'm saying? Like, keyboard players don't have to do that no more.
Yeah.
You get sent the YouTube link and you learn it.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's completely different now. It's just different.
Yeah. Hey, Dave, you got some more?
But I agree with you, Cherie, on that one though. It is up to the person's ability.
Yeah. I got J Man. He's asking, is it harder to play original music on the fly or cover tunes?
On the fly?
Yeah. Is it
original, of course, because the cover tune is probably 1, 3, 5, probably 11 back to the 1.
Yeah.
So it's hard to come with original cover tunes is what he's asking. Okay, that's cool. Tamika Jackson asks again, how do you feel about bringing GOGO further in the South, in Miami, not just in Miami and Atlanta? How you feel about GOGO expanding?
We played New Orleans, and the people went berserk in New Orleans behind it.
That's what I wanted to ask you. Like, how was that experience? Like, like, what was the crowd like when you were with it?
All right, so the first time we ever went to New Orleans, they did a wire and Treme party. Okay. So what they did was they had 2 bands, one from DC, which was us, and then another band from Baltimore. Then they had 2 New Orleans bands, and it was kind of like a battle. So the first band played, then we got on played. So we just playing cover stuff to get through. And then Gang said, socket B sauce, boom, Bug said, the whole crowd went like, ah! I was like, yo, we're in the 5th ward of New Orleans.
Oh, wow.
And they are losing their mind.
Okay.
And the club is like this. And all you see is the wire cast freaking each other. It was the craziest thing ever. So I don't know, I think it's more of, a lot of our people from DC have moved to the South. So they have, inverted that sound down there. So people, it's not too far from what they already know. Heavy bass drums, certain synths, horn stab. So that's why it works in Miami, because they heavy bass. And they hear that bass, and they're like, yo, what the heck is that? Then, so that's how you get, I think the more we play down there, and I like what, I don't know what Stomp band name is, but what they doing down there, they doing like New Year's Eve or something down there. And that's dope. Like they taking it, further. We got people in Cali want us to come out there. Like, I mean, I feel like the sound is widening now more, like even more. Like people is getting a hunger for it. Like, yo, I've been hearing major artists trying to get with bands and make certain songs. Like, I'm like all for it, because I just feel like at the end of the day, the more it goes out, the better it gets here. Like we'll get more creative, we'll get more like inspired to make better records.
So do you guys feel like that if that we need to be directly involved in that creativity, or that someone from outside could actually come in and help us or give us things that we would play and be more creative? Or do we need someone from outside to drive the sound is what I'm looking at?
I think people hear it from the outside different, but it's in a more a way that's aligned with what is outside. You know what I mean? So I think they have their own perception of what GOGO makes them, how it makes them feel. Like we'll feel certain things, and I'm not saying it's a mistake, but a lot of times we feel stuff and it's real guttural or it's real raw. Now they'll lock in on a lot of that rawness, but the thing that really makes them move is a whole nother aspect of the sound, and they'll like envision, okay, well, I like that, but if I water it down just enough, then I can do my thing over top of it. And then I think that's what really makes it work outside of here. Then we get pissed because, oh man, they stole our sound. But for real, we're not being adaptable to what's making it happen. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's almost how jazz was when it turned. Like the originators was like, oh, y'all don't like the way that sound. That's not what we heard with Charlie Parker. That's not what we heard with Dizzy. That's not what we, you know what I'm saying? So it's almost like I catch myself sometimes with that conversation. Like some stuff I want to feel like, you know, certain records, like not to call them out, but like the CeeLo Green thing, I was kind of on the fence with it because I was like, yo, it's a dope look. But if you could have just studied a little bit more of the sound to get it precisely,
right,
then yes, like by all means, I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's where we all sit at. Like, yo, I have no issue with the sound going out. I just got an issue with not studying it enough to make it what we play every night.
Yep.
So how do you feel about when Jill Scott did It's Love?
You're going to call me to the carpet on that. We're going to have an offline conversation. How about we do that? How about we do that?
That's funny. All right. We got Fudge Baby asking again. He says, as an aspiring keyboardist who's trying to make a name for himself and earn his seat at the table with us legends, what is some advice?
Definitely not a legend. Hold on, pause. Definitely not a legend. All right,
that's what I say. I'm not a legend at all.
Roy Cherie, a legend.
Yeah, definitely legends. I'm on that side of my iPad.
But he says, what is some advice that you can share about creativity on the stage?
I'll say be you, man. Be yourself. Like, you know, if you have a vibe, because, you know, vibe, that's what we do. You know, sometimes I might have a vibe where I want to go here. If it don't work, don't be scared to get turned down. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been turned down a few times, but sometimes that helps build me up for the next time, and it works. So I would just say be you, man. That's all I got to say.
And I say, you know, record. You know, Roy gets on my case all the time because I'm such a procrastinator, and, you know, get that music documented because you never know, you know, who might pick it up. It could be a TV show, it could be another artist or anything, you know, or even for yourself, just to have, you know, your own catalog or your own EP, CD, whatever you want to do. But, you know, keep writing and record.
I must say the benefit that we have being in the go-go industry and when we were allowed to gig and playing so frequently is that I think you can be more creative on stage. I think a lot of people and some of the smaller bands, they work on studying what it is that they want to play before they get there, and they'll play it and then they'll lock it in. But at the time in the show, they're not always being as creative as they can be on stage. And so my advice would be to let you know, like, be free on stage. We play so many gigs. Every gig should sound different, shouldn't sound the same, or people are going to want to stop coming out. So change things up. You know what I'm saying? The lead talker doesn't like it. Robert has told me many times, and Scooby has told me, they'll put their hand right in my face. I'm standing right behind them, and they'll block, hey, don't do that right there. And you know what I'm saying? But it's not a sign of rejection. It's just, hey, not right now. We might be able to work that in later. But sometimes they'll catch it, and they'll vibe with it too. And then next thing you know, you got a new song moving forward. So yeah. Anybody else got to answer that, or we moving next question?
I agree with all that. All that was good.
Yeah,
That was fine. I agree with you.
yeah. Kevin Bond is saying, "What is your favorite gig keyboard and why? And is it different from the one you use at home?"
Good. That's a good question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
ODX right now. That's my favorite.
Exactly. Look, MoDX. I tell you, I'm a champion for that thing. I've been
Man, because it's light as a bug.
Yeah.
It's light. That's why.
Look, my montage hasn't left the house since I got that MoDX, but one time. My montage will not leave the house if my MoDX is working.
Mine is the original motif.
Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry.
Mine is the original motif. I don't know why, but it's just...
She's not setting up her motif. You on the other hand, Slim, we getting older. You need to start lightening this thing up.
Yeah, you need to go to that You need to go to that MoDX.
Yes.
No, listen, you ain't gotta tweak nothing on that. It just got the powerful sounds on it. It might not have a lot of good leads, but other than that, I like it. I like them.
And I'm sorry, on my top board when I'm gigging, I love my Korg Triton because
you got that Triton.
Yeah.
There's some signature
the bedazzle joint.
But I created
that joint
a sound on there too, you know.
Yeah.
And when my Chronos, I'm like, I leave that at home. That's my baby. I love my Chronos at home, but I hardly take that out. But I prefer that, you know, my Korg Triton is gangster to me. It's like, you know, that's you know, I feel dirty with it. So sorry.
Yeah, I played Charlie's keyboard, and all I see is Cherie name when I open the sounds. I'm like, God dang, Cherie.
Yes, it is.
Did you want to take over keyboards now?
Hey, Mike, you right. Yes, it is.
Name all in there. Cherie set. Cherie sound.
Cherie got her name on the keyboard stand.
Hey, man.
I'm like, Jesus, you doing
She got a name
graffiti
on
in the
the
keyboard?
Hey, hold up. Hey, hold up. I gotta tell you the story real live. Vibe, Belladonna, and was it Junk Out? I don't know what show that was, Cherie, where the stand was left in the snow. So I just went ahead and took the stand just in case somebody was going. I didn't know your name was on the stand. Junie called me. He called all the Vibe people saying, yo, somebody got Cherie stand. I was like this. Oh, shoot. And your name is all up and down that stand. And I gave it back, didn't I?
You did. We hooked up. But you know, the story behind that is that years ago when I was playing with the hip huggers, my keyboards and stuff got stolen at Club U. And actually, I mean, my keyboards got stolen twice, you know. And I was like, okay, from now on, I'm just going to label everything in mine, you know. So if you take it to the pawn shop, they going to know, oh, this is Cherie's keyboard, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. So that's where that came from. I just got kind of paranoid and just wanted to label everything.
You label everybody else's keyboard. You can't use the rented keyboard without your name on it. You gonna know that I was in here.
On your white keys, if you see something red going across, that's from my fingernail polish glistening.
Yeah. That's funny.
I said, I think for me, GOGO wise, the keyboards that I really liked in GOGO, or what even now I still use them. Live, I use a Chrome. I've edited a lot. But before that, when we was playing on K Street, Capital, I was using a Phantom X. Mm-hmm. And the keyboard like cut through. Like it cut through everything. Like I don't care what it was, it cut through. Even when I was playing like drum samples or claps or stuff like that, it cut through. And then I edited a Triton LE. I still have it. But I was playing, I was playing that with Backyard, and like one of the bands was trying to figure out like, yo, how did you get a horn blast? I was like, yo, I made it. It's like, you can make that in the keyboard? Like, yeah, bro, just edit. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's really, this is going to sound weird, but it's the same thing again. It's up to the user and how they make their keyboard sound. You know what I'm saying? Certain samples you can't get away from, like piano and Rhodes, of course. But you can make a sine wave, you can make a, you know, you can make lead sounds because the synthesis is already there. So I think, you know, we have our preference because of the usability of it. But at the same time, you know, you can use any keyboard to really get on if you can edit your behind off. Because I came in the game with a Casio and a JV 1080, and everybody's like, "What the heck is that? What are you walking around with?" And you know what I'm saying, I was able to edit and knew what went where and how to, you know, use the module to make it work. So it's up to you, really.
You gotta know your keyboard. The worst thing is like for a keyboard player to be like pressing buttons in between each song, and you know, you
Exactly.
go, boom, go here, boom, boom. You know what I mean? That's the
Even if that means labeling the sound as the song, you know what I'm saying? I tell keyboard players that all the time. Like, yo, just label the sound as the song. So when you hit the button, like I'm not saying like I do this because I know what sounds I use, but like, you know, just say it's a lock it. In the keyboard, it would say lock it. So in the performance, you could turn up 1 and it's a sound, and you can turn up 2 and it's a sound, you know what I'm saying? So you got to use what you give it now. Like technology has really helped out, because think about it, Essence was walking around with a B3 organ in the 70s.
How about that?
You know what I'm saying? Like, just think about it. Like, the tech we got now is unreal.
I used to carry a Fender Rhodes with the hip huggers.
Have fun.
I used to carry a Fender Rhodes, yeah, at a PC 88 in a Fender.
That's
Two
crazy.
coffins.
88.
Yeah, you see what I'm trying to.
Oh, that's right, because you had that red pickup. You was carrying that joint around that joint. Yeah.
Red pickup. Let me tell you the story about the red pickup. Me and Roy had the same exact truck. It was a Dodge Dakota. That red point is a pickup. Same exact truck. I was playing with Chuck, he with Essence. Back to that question about the groupies. Roy had the groupies.
Oh, he ain't want to tell it.
Yeah.
He ain't want to tell it.
We got the same truck. So y'all played at the class one night, and Chuck played the night before. How come my truck gets keyed all the way across? I said, that's your groupies. That was Roy's truck. That was mine. And they
that's messed up.
Took that L. That's an L right there.
I'm gonna keep quiet here.
Nothing to talk about.
You say thank you. That's all you need to say. Thanks.
I paint still
That's
good.
a loss.
That's funny. Okay, we got another question from Casey Lamar. Says, as a keyboardist, would you rather play by yourself or as a second keyboard? And Marcus in particular, how is it playing with 2 other keyboards?
Good question.
Good question. Good question. Who want to go first on that one?
I think it depends on the keyboardist playing with you. You know what I mean? I think if it's a good chemistry and you know how to play off each other and you're listening to each other, I think it's a great match, whoever it is, you know.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I think it makes you sound bigger. You know, when you have 2 keyboard players, it makes you sound bigger. You know what I mean? One person can play mains, other play parts. You could switch up sometimes. I might tell, you know, Claudia, like, look, you play mains right now. I just want to lay back and just do extras or whatever. And then plus, if the other person is absent or something, you know, you're there to cover, opposed to having another keyboard player come into your show, your set or whatever. So
yeah, I'm gonna say keeping in the because like now, you know what I'm saying, to get into a lot of some of these other venues, they're smaller venues, and so our sound is not as big as it used to be anymore. You think that hurts us again by not having 2 keyboard players?
No, I mean, I love playing by myself sometimes, because when I play by myself, I do have more freedom. And I don't have to worry about what the other keyboard player is playing, or maybe making them feel a little left out where they have to like find something to do. You know, we were trained to do it all. We had 2 keyboards all the time, and you play mains and you play parts at the same time. All of us, you know, here has done that. So it's like, I could go either or, you know, by myself or with another person.
Yeah, I don't like playing with Chris Davis. Chris don't leave anything for you. You get on stage with him, he plays.
Chris is definitely Mike Burrell in the whole situation.
I swear to you, he don't leave no room for anything.
Hey, you know what's crazy though? Playing for Vibe, man. I'm so used to playing with two keyboards now. Like it's still odd when I don't play with two keyboards. It's crazy.
You're naked.
What was the question they asked me?
Oh, how is it playing with two other keyboard players? Like, do you yeah.
Okay, so what I first of all, let me say that Mike and Evie are two of the greatest keyboard players ever. What they've been able to do in GOGO has been crazy. Mm-hmm. Like stuff they've been able to do, sounds, sonics, been able to play. When I got in the band, they taught me how to sample by not telling me, but just showing me how to do it. So like I wasn't a sampler until I got in Backyard and they showed me that. So how I came in was not with the aspect of like, I'm gonna take over or I'm gonna play a lot of stuff to prove myself. I'm gonna play the color because y'all already had the foundation. So I like my first tape is the Cusco's tape. And most of that stuff was made up the Monday before. We played somewhere the Monday before. And I was just on stage like, maybe this will work. So like, that was the ooh, 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 that whole thong thing, right? And like, I was like, maybe it'll work. And I tried it. And then Gang looked at me like, yo, what is that? That's crazy. So I was like, all right, cool, that'll work. So then I just kept trying to add color to it. They already had the foundation. I didn't have to do nothing else. So for me, I try to bring color to what they already play. Even in like the older grooves and the older stuff that they was doing before I got in the band. I just try to, and sometimes some songs don't even call for me to play nothing. And I just stand there. I'm good with that too. Like yo, play something. Nah, like it's too much. You gotta realize you got two keyboard players playing, a guitar player and a bass player. Like that's a lot. And then people singing on top of that. Sometimes I don't have to add nothing to it. It's already good. So you got to use discretion sometime when you play with a lot of people like, yo, does this fit? If it fits, does it make the music move a certain way? If it doesn't, then don't take all the pride out of your playing and say, yo, I don't even have to play nothing. I'm just staying here and wait for it's time, wait till it's time for me to play. So that's
good
how,
right there.
You know what I'm saying? That's how I've been able to we've been able to work. You know what I'm saying? Like they might play something and I'm like, oh, that's dope. Like, yo, so I'm gonna add this. You know what I'm saying? So my job is, especially over the 15 years that I've been in the band, is just to add color in certain areas and then, enhance when I can. That's it.
Hey, dog, I want to ask you a question. Did you go on that trip? You went on that trip when y'all went to Maine?
No, I'm gonna tell you the crazy part about that. We broke the band up. We had two of us, so some of us stayed and some of us went. So as you see, they didn't have a bass player. They just took two keyboard players. That was it.
When I saw that clip, young, I was like, it was nothing but white people. There was no black people in there, and they was singing them junkyard songs.
Hey, trust me, playing with Junkyard, one thing I can say is, we traveled a lot in those stick areas. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if any of y'all have played out in Danville, Virginia. That's nowhere. Nothing is in Danville, Virginia. And I promise you, we played, it was about 800 white people. And they're in there doing the hee-haw. They're roughing it off, throwing bottles at each other and everything. And it was crazy. So
that's
I get
crazy.
it, you know what I'm saying? But it was fun. It's fun though. But no, I didn't make that trip. But I wanted to, but I had to stay back that I had to stay back that night because we had another show.
Ooh, Chris, you want questions on me still?
Yeah, because you can see him. I can't see him.
Got you. So J Man is here. He's asking, is dropping the 808 important to the sound of the band, or is it necessary to make the band crank harder?
Depending on the groove, because we got grooves. Depending on the grooves, because we got grooves that requires the 8. Where Bugs literally says he want the 8. So it just depends on the groove.
Yeah, it's preference if you ask me.
Okay. The next question I have here is, I mean, we Backyard went to New Orleans, but he said it's Rodney Taylor. He says, have any of you given thought to venturing down to New Orleans during Mardi Gras? Mobile during Mardi Gras season. That's all he's asking. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I would. I mean, first of all, I love New Orleans. Period. So anytime we go down there, or anytime I'm down there, I have a blast. You know what I'm saying? So like we played down there, I think 2 times, and both times
I think we
went.
did too.
Yeah, both times we went, it was like, yo, it was love. Like, of course, like one night we was in the ninth ward at this little sandwich spot, and I had like on a Backyard t-shirt or something. This girl was like, "Yeah, I saw y'all earlier." I was like, and she had the New Orleans drawl, and it's like, "Man, I really like y'all band. Like, y'all got any music?" Blah blah blah. So like, again, back to that point, it's universal. It's becoming more universal now. Like, people really liking it. So again, I love New Orleans. I'm a foodie. Like, so that's number 1 city for me.
Chuck has been down there couple of times. We did Mardi Gras.
Did he play the Essence Festival? Did he ever do that?
Festival.
Okay.
House of Blues, that type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So Chuck is Chuck. He can play anywhere.
Yeah, exactly. He can play anywhere.
The question is, like, you know, how can I get Belladonna to get to these places, you know? But Chuck,
Yeah, that's what I'm with that. If they call for junk, I'm with it. We just ain't been. If they call, I think that I'm with it.
Yeah, we all going to pretend to get dogs some Wi-Fi, yeah.
This Wi-Fi.
Man, he sounds like a new T-Pain over there.
we all different. I don't know what's going on with him.
Man, we having full conversations. Are we?
All over the Wi-Fi.
Then you get a full smile. Look at the smile. You will. And the smile.
Yeah, it's crazy, yeah.
Man, so, hey, look, hey, G, call in. Look,
yeah, you know what I'm saying? That would help him out. He dial in. So your audio video is separate.
Don't even touch that link, bro. Just dial in.
Screen is closing now.
I know.
Right. He got a GOGO picture. He got a GOGO picture.
He is completely.
He looked like he had the picture booth. Hey, Sheree.
That's funny.
Oh my God.
Oh, man.
He gonna come back like you.
So Greg Jones is asking. He says, "What was your most memorable experience of playing keys with BJ and Ivan Goff?"
Oh wow!
Ooh!
Wow!
Yeah, I haven't played with any of those.
I never. Let me. Can I speak from a fan perspective real quick? All right. So we used to play with Sugar Bear at the Legend, right? And I got there every week on purpose to hear one song. And that was he used to do Bop and then go into He Give Me Money. She Give Me Money. And Ivan him and Demi Duck used to wear that out every week. We be in the back losing it. I miss Ivan, man. He was so cool. He was so cool, man. He would just talk to you. Like, you could ask him any question. Man, I was asking him questions about GOGO Live. He was like, "Oh, man, go ahead, man. Cut it out. I was like, "No, I really want to know. Like, what was y'all doing?" And he took the time and told me. Like, so, you know, I miss that guy. Real talk. So that was the fan in me. Y'all go ahead now.
Nah, BJ.
I got a chance.
Go ahead.
I was about to say I had the chance to play with BJ for I think about 4 years. Every time he played, I turned into a fan. I wanted to stop playing to just listen to him play, and you know, and I miss him dearly. That's my man. But yeah, that's all.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I'm a straight fan. I mean, I think RB and Mike can both tell you. Like, I would show up to shows just to watch Rare Essence or Familiar, and I would stand right by BJ all the time and just sit there and listen and watch. And I mean, I would just be amazed a lot of times. And it was just crazy what the things that he would do in the background that most people weren't even paying attention to. That is what kept me fascinated. So
BJ one time came on stage. Derek called him up and he was like, "Yeah, man, we got the lock." He played Lock It right in front of me. I turned into a cold fan, man. And then I didn't know he played bass. Like, this guy was talented. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
First time I saw BJ, he was playing with not Michelle and Cello. He was like you said, he was playing
Maxwell.
Huh?
Maxwell.
It may have been Maxwell. I think it was at Crampton Auditorium, and he was singing backgrounds and he was playing bass. And I was like, wait a minute, I thought you played keys, and he's awesome on both instruments. But we had played, Belladonna had played once with you guys. Were you playing with BJ at Mike? Y'all were playing together with Donnell?
Yeah.
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 Okay, you were probably there at that gig, but we opened up for you guys, and I had emergency in the ladies' room, and you know my pants got spotted. It was awful. I didn't know, and it happened at the gig. I had on white pants. I had to go immediately to the bathroom, and BJ saved the day. He played the rest of the set for me and stuff. He didn't even
that's crazy.
know our songs.
Oh wow,
that's crazy.
You know.
Yeah.
And I think I played one of Ivan's last performances with him. We were on the Capitol Jazz Cruise, Sugar Bear, and you know we were going through the airport, and he like Marcus was saying, he can tell you a lot of stories. He told me a lot of stories about him and Max Kidd, how that whole thing came about with getting GOGO on the radio and all that. So
yeah, he was definitely a historian.
Yeah, I learned a lot of history just talking to Ivan.
Yeah, Ivan was bad. I mean, of course, BJ was too. But me and Ivan knew each other. And, I knew Ivan first in the jazz band of Howard. And, so we were in the jazz band together. And yeah, that boy came through there.
Yeah.
HU, you know.
Yeah.
Go ahead, shameless plug.
Hey, Chris, I think this one's for you. Nate Johnson says, why keyboard players don't get to call the set list but under the table?
He said, why do keyboard players don't get to call the set list?
Hey, I'm guessing you call the set list. You call the set list. This has to be addressed to you.
Listen, Nate Johnson, what's up, cuz? You already know. You know
what Nate Johnson? What's Nate
Bass player?
Swole Nate.
Muscle Nate.
That's my man. That's my man. Yes, sir. That's my man.
You already know. Listen, Derek got. I mean, the thing about playing for Vibe, you know, it's a lot of music. So Derek knows like 150 songs, man. I don't call none of them, man. I follow whatever he say, man. And hopefully I remember the songs. You know, it's a lot of songs, a lot of different keys, a lot of bridges. I mean, Vibe plays songs like intro, all that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I can't answer that. I don't know. I follow Derek, cuz.
Yeah, well, for us, like, Gang will be like, you know, pick the first 3 songs, then he'll play from there. So, like, you know, like, whatever, he don't really remember them unless, like, he'll see, like, somebody will say it to him, like, yo, I want to hear this song tonight. Then he'll be like, yo, they want to hear this song tonight. We got to play this song. Other than that, he'll be like, yo, pick what everybody's comfortable with. If it's new, even better. If it's not, like, let's get through it and get to the crank. So that's kind of how he does it.
So I got another question from Fudge Baby. Fudge F Baby. He says, as keyboard players, do you guys hate that they make us play in some of the tightest, crunchiest corners and spots on the stage?
Heck yeah! Heck yeah!
They got 3 ball players that I've seen, especially like you go to Society Lounge. I was trying to figure out for the life of me how you guys would ever fit on Society stage.
Yo, no.
What about Fast Eddie's?
Better. No.
What about Fast Eddie's?
Oh, what's the
Fast
joint?
Eddie's is bad too.
What's the joint off 210?
Martini?
Is it Martini's? Yeah.
Martini.
No, Martini's had a lot of room.
Martini's had a little bit of room compared to Society.
Yeah.
No,
Society
and Fast Eddie's.
Society was bad. Fast Eddie's Society is number one, the worst.
Yeah,
because like my back is on the Congos.
It's gotta be.
Yeah, and then EB is like right in front of me, and then Mike is stationed parallel to the mixer. So like it's like, and then like Bug sitting back there like, yeah, I'm good. I'm like, dog, we had no space. Like y'all couldn't bring a small kid in here. Like he got a full set. I was like, dog, like we up there cramped. It's like a Honda Civic on that stage.
Now the Market Lounge was tight too.
Oh,
right.
I went up there and said, I completely forgot about
absolutely.
that.
Keep it real. The 501 was a little bit bad too.
Yeah.
501 was a little bad. If you got two keyboards and you trying to play in there, tough.
Yeah.
The Babylon out in Falls Church.
Oh man, you might fall off the stage.
Oh, right.
This stage is elevated too, right?
Yeah. You fall into the hookah bar.
Right.
All right, moving on to the next question. Marcellus Williams, as he says, as a keyboard player, what is the next level for us?
And what, playing or
I'm guessing in the GOGO
genre?
and I would say this I would just put it to GOGO. I'm not sure what he's asking, but like, what do we do to kind of help push GOGO forward? Like in general, like we're out here, we're producing music, stuff like that, but it doesn't seem to be taking off as fast as we would like it to. What can we do to make it go to the next level? Anybody?
Roy, go ahead, Roy.
Look, all I can say is what Rio used to tell me. It's just like you just got to keep on flooding the glass until you just got to keep on putting music out, and then flooding the glass, and the glass will eventually fill up and flood over into the next bowl, into the next pot, and you just got to keep flooding it, and don't let those ideas die. That's and we get complacent.
Yeah,
I mean, it's no fault of ours, but we get complacent as giggers, and especially in DC, because it's easy to make money if you're in part of the circuit. So, okay, you know what I mean? So it's like, okay, well, I can just go, gig for a few months and do what I want to do, make what I want to make. But really, you still, it's easy to just say, well, I'm gonna do this, and then you get slacked on actually creating, making, and wanting to getting that drive to make music. So we got to keep that edge on it.
So
yeah, I agree with that.
A lot of music being put out. Whose fault is that? Is that our fault because we're not helping bands drive that, or I mean, like really?
That's a good point.
You're saying flood the industry, but like we've got a record of maybe now songs have got put out. We've got 5 songs in the past maybe 4 months that have come out. Seriously.
Yeah.
But prior to that, nothing. Like
because everybody's sitting in the house, you know what I'm saying? And the creative juices is flowing at this point now.
But come on, Marcus, 5 songs in 4 months, that's not creative juice.
No, I'm just saying, like, that's more than what we've been putting out. You know what I'm saying? In general, think about January to, let's just say, July. It wasn't a lot of songs being put out because everybody's trying to figure out how to still gig.
Right.
And make money. You know what I'm saying?
Who's got 5 songs in 4 months?
You said no, I ain't not one band. I'm talking
not
about
one band. He's talking about individual bands. Yeah, like individual
okay.
bands. I feel like this, and I think somebody said it earlier that, I think Chris said it. You got to never be afraid to shoot your shot. Like, even if the song might not be good at that moment, that does not mean you should not record the song, because you might be ahead of the curve. Sure. So the sound might come back around. You know what I'm saying? You just never know. So like Roy said, like Cherie said, like Chris said, don't be afraid to put records out. It's a couple fold. Don't be afraid to put records out that don't sound like what's going on. 2, don't get complacent, like Roy said, like, oh, this is just what GOGO is. Keep doing this. Keep trying to go up the ladder. Keep trying to bring new sounds in. Keep trying to bring new ideas in. Keep trying to bring new lyricists in who can write something popular that will flood the street again and make everybody want to party again. You know, and I think real talk, you know, we got to get over the fear of it not being a hit. If you can get over that fear and just say, man, we just gonna put out music and whatever happens, happens. And if it hit, it hit. If it don't hit, well, it's in the wind and people can catch up. We're gonna keep going. If we can do that, if we can start thinking that way, I think, you know, GOGO will be better. And really stop looking down on guys that's coming up. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, it's a lot of parallels between, oh, that ain't GOGO. That's the bounce beat. Like, man, all that's GOGO to me. Play.
I was afraid to say that. It's
my
like,
kids like it. The little kids at church like it. Like, yo, if like put the battery in the younger guys back that's coming up. If they want to sit down with you and show them, like, yo, show me what you play on this. Here, man, I ain't tripping about that. Or like, yo, let's get together and talk. All right, man, cool. Hit my inbox, send me your number. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody FaceTiming now. Let's FaceTime. Let's, you know what I'm saying? I think our realm of players need to now go down and be like, yo, what y'all doing? Like, yo, put that out. Let's hear it. You know what I'm saying? Or let's collab. You know what I'm saying? There's not a lot of that going on where somebody come in with some knowledge and be like, you know, maybe your 808s is too hot for this record. Turn them down. Turn the bass drum up. Let them get married with the bass guitar. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's some knowledge that can be sent down too. So these younger guys can know, like, oh, okay, so that's how y'all do it. You know what I'm saying? Don't be too scared to, you know, give your opinion about certain things. And then to combat that, the young guys don't be like, oh, I ain't listening to you. You don't know what you're talking about. Like, yo, I kind of know a little bit if I've been doing this for a little while. So, you know, it's kind of, you know, the yin and the yang. Take both and marry it. And then, yeah, we can put out records. Yeah, we can do all that stuff. We gotta knock down the fear of it not being a hit. You know what I'm saying? Like, real talk, who would have known sardines and pork and beans would have been as big as it is right now? Outside of those, you know, going in the studio and doing that record. Like, I go out of town and be like, man, I still listen to that Junkyard. I be like, really? Like, man, I love that record. Sardines, and be singing it in my face. I be like, God dang, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, but what if they was afraid to put the record out? Right. Oh man, that joint don't mean that joint is stupid. It don't make no sense. Like Rick Rubin and them was like, man, it's a hit. Put it out. Period. You know what I'm saying? We got to knock the fear down. If we knock the fear down of everybody trying to just like be a hit maker, like, yo, let's just make music and see what happens. Because we got, how the heck we get mumble rap? They ain't afraid of that. They done put all kinds of juice in that. You know what I'm saying? Like, how they get how did fusion music come along? Like when Miles had to change his mind and say, oh, this is the new thing. All right, I'm going this way. You know what I'm saying? People change their mindset, but don't be afraid to try stuff new. And then for our generation, don't try to shoot the younger generation down because they're not playing what we play or what we classify as go-go. So that's my take on it.
Right. And with me, I'm just trying to figure out, I don't know if y'all will agree with me, but if I'm saying this is go-go, it's different than any other music, why do we have to try to make ourselves sound like another genre of music to get out there? As far as everybody be like, well, you got to have the intro, you got to have this, you got to have that in order for us to, you know, make our sound like somebody else. I don't understand that. Do you see what I'm saying? Anybody?
I do. I don't necessarily think we have to make our sounds. It's not sounding like anybody else, but you do have to look at your audience and then see kind of what they're interested in. Like people out who don't know music have a way they listen to songs. You know what I'm saying? So if we just come in as go-go musicians for people who've never heard go-go with this beat ride, they were like, that's why they think it sounds like pots and pans because all they hear in this beat. You know what I'm saying? They're like, well, what else is supposed to go with that?
Yeah.
So, lyrically,
right. But a classic song. But you can say like a classic song like Booty Call. That don't have the intro. That don't have no. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. If we can do go-go like that and we make a go-go song, that's go-go. Right. You know what I'm saying?
You make it. I get what you're saying.
No, I absolutely agree with you. I think it's rare and far between. Like because bands aren't coming up with songs like Booty Call right now. Like I don't
Right, because they're trying to make trying to make everything sound like what's out there right now. They're trying to make go-go sound like R&B. They're trying to make go-go sound like a rap song.
Gotcha.
We gotta make go-go sound like a go-go song. And that's what I don't understand. I never understood that, but
yeah.
I agree.
Malachi John's on here heckling people, and he says maybe we should cut the keyboard players. he said make smaller bands with less keyboard players. Is what he said.
Who said that?
Malachi Johns. I told him to go to hell. Is what I told him.
Hold on, what did he say? First of all, what did he say?
Stop playing.
He said make the band smaller with less keyboard players.
Who is Malachi?
Malachi Johns.
He used to play guitar for Northeast Groovers, and now he
Mambo Sauce.
For Mambo Sauce. He found Mambo Sauce. He does a lot of the booking for a lot of the casinos.
I think I know him.
That's my man. I mean, that's my man right there.
It's all jokes. It seemed like that's cool.
Yeah, no, it's all jokes.
I know. I can't see your screen, so I don't know how it's wrote.
No, he is a proponent for making the band smaller because he believes that as an artist, it's easier to maintain a smaller group of people to
of course
make the genre happen. But
I mean that's common sense. That's not even hard.
Yeah.
But there was Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Nah, he was making
But there was Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Say that again.
But back then in the 70s, it was a lot of 12 people.
Let's not make it that an excuse now.
Hey, Dave.
Yeah.
You got any more questions? Because I'm kind of.
Nope. You can say you got your thing.
You know, we've been on this jump for a good
2
hour? Okay, 2 hours. So no more questions?
Nah, you good to go.
Okay. Listen, man, thank y'all for tuning in, man. This has been a good experience, man. Good stories I've never heard before. You know what I'm saying? Good to fellowship with you all. Do y'all ever think there'll be another GOGO Live?
They say it's one in the makings. They say it's one in the makings.
Oh, God.
I'm still frozen.
Yes.
Hey man, I don't know what's going on with this phone, man. I don't know how to do this stuff, man.
Oh man.
So you said there's one in the making.
All right, try it again, G. Say it again. Let's see.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we good.
Okay, now what I was saying was they say it's one in the makings right now. Actually speaking, that's what I'm hearing.
Okay. All right, so
they're saying they're gonna do it for. Apparently they're gonna try it. They're gonna do it for 3 days though.
Yeah,
it's gonna be like a Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Here's the thing. I heard the same thing, and then there's politics involved.
And Backyard's going to do all 3 days.
Backyard?
No. I won't be there. I'm only doing one.
Hey, Malachi said he's the one who booked Backyard for New Orleans.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Sweet. Yes. That's what's up. GOGO Live, I feel like it won't have the same vibe as the first one did. One thing I want to add to is whoever has the unedited footage of GOGO Live, I would like to see the whole thing. I don't want to see what they put on VHS. I want the full show.
Yeah, so if he's
5 minutes of junkyard.
Yeah, I don't like that. I want to see the actual show, like from top to bottom. So that's one thing. But the other thing is, like, I think like they waited too long to do it. If that makes sense, you know what I'm saying? Like, I could see if they did one in '98 or 2008, somewhere like just to do like a 20-year kind of deal or a 10-year kind of deal. But like, you just miss so many players now. By not the people, so it won't have that same nostalgic thing that the first one did. But I'm all for it. Honestly, I feel like the community will come together in unity and make it happen because we all like each other. We all got our it's not ego, it's more bravado when it comes to, man, we gotta come on this stage crank it. Cause I know, like, even when we done played with Junkyard a couple times, like we had them little battles, I was like, yeah, we gonna have to play tonight. they came out the gate like, yeah, but Buzz came out like rough it off. Like, okay.
I hate playing with John.
Mike Bell said Marcus want to see DC Scorpio behind the scenes. Yeah.
Hey, nah, I ain't with all that. You know what I'm saying? All I'm saying is like real talk, we gonna miss Chuck.
Yeah, nah.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, we gonna miss Foots. It's
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's we gonna miss Heavy One. Like, yo, you know what I'm saying? It's nostalgic for me. It's like, yo, them people not gonna be there, but that's not to say it's gonna be bad. But when Chuck not there, it kind of is like, do we really want to do it? I know it's good for the community.
Yeah, because you got a lot of younger people.
That's what I said. Yeah, I think Daryl Brooks there said he's gonna release the whole thing soon though. I
will pay cash money for that. I'm not going to no crackhead to buy no DVDs, none of that. No CD, DVDs on the Metro, none of that. I'm buying the copy.
It's in the work.
I need that.
Hey, I got one question. My man Packy sent. He said, "What is the best club that y'all ever played at?"
Ooh, that's good. That's good. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
The Black Hole. I'm joking.
I like the joint in Silver Springs. We played it one time. The sound was cool. What's the name of that joint?
Fillmore.
Yeah, the Fillmore. Sound was cool up there.
I'm gonna tell you, for a DC club, for me, it's Echo Stage.
Echo Stage. Oh,
that was kind of it was extra loud in there.
That's what I like about it.
I think so too. Yeah, right.
Yeah. I like the 930 Club. For me, was probably the best stage that I've been on. Like professionalism, as far as everybody getting everything right, and it's sounded on the stage. 930 Club was top notch.
And DC, yeah.
Hey, you know,
I'm gonna say the Lincoln Theater.
Say it again, G.
Yeah. The Lincoln Theater.
I'm gonna say the Lincoln Theater.
The
Lincoln Theater for me. We did that battle with Backyard. They was on one side, we was on the other side. That thing was crystal clear. You know, my opinion.
Hey, who won that battle?
What battle?
There you go.
See,
there you go right there, There you go, yeah.
There you go.
There you go. We started controversy.
Me and G ain't gonna get into that. It's family. Once in the yard, always in the yard.
Always in the yard.
We ain't doing that.
And who won the Backyard Red Essence battle?
Oh,
which one?
Which one?
We done had like 3 or 4 of them. All of them was great.
And LaFontaine Blue. The one at the LaFontaine Blue.
The Fontaine Blue was trash because the power kept going out. So that drink, I ain't like that one. I ain't like it. I like the ones where we did an Echo Stage where everybody had, you know, opportunity to play. I like those better. I'm never gonna say who won or lost. You know what I'm saying? Like it's all love up here, man. We ain't getting into that.
It's all love. That's the right answer, boy. It's all love.
Until Chris tried to start controversy. Yeah.
Hey, look, man. I appreciate y'all, man. We gonna wrap it up, man. Thank y'all, man. Roy, Mike, Dave, Cherie, Dog, Marcus, man. I appreciate y'all, man. I love y'all, man. And maybe this could continue, you know. Next month, I got a few other people. Who we gonna get Dave Cleve next month? We got I got Scooter.
Don't put me on the list.
Magic. Who else?
Hold on, did you say Scooter?
Yeah.
I'm back next month. I'm a fan.
Yeah.
And Scooter will tell you, I've watched Scooter since I was 11 years old when he was playing that Bible Way. So yeah. That's how much a fan I am of Scooter.
Did Scooter play for Victor
And you know,
Man, he before that he was with Shy, bruh. They was killing the game. Him, Gordon Campbell,
and Angry.
Yeah, that's another keyboard player that nobody talks about anymore. I don't want to hold y'all.
Listen,
but Raymond Angry.
We went to Howard together, so
yeah, y'all had, and he was playing at that church in Silver Spring. It was a Baptist church. I can't think of the name of it, but he was when. Oh my God, Raymond angry, bro.
He live in New York now.
Yeah, he's in New York. He had a stint with D'Angelo for a minute. He was playing with D'Angelo for a minute, but he did Esmeralda's record. The bass player Spalding. Yeah. He's done a lot. He's incredible.
Wow.
I heard another guy. Do you know Quad?
Which Quad? You talking about Quad from
Ebenezer Quad?
That's the homie. That ain't even nothing to talk about. That's the homie.
Paul Avery. Avery.
Paul's a legend.
Let's talk about Paul for 2 seconds. Paul and Buggy Edwards were playing at his grandmother's church over there off Langston Lane. They used to destroy that church on Friday nights. I was a kid in there watching them do it. Trust me.
Yes,
Paul Avery is a freaking legend.
Paul Avery.
I know it.
Shout outs to Paul. Boy.
Absolutely. Paul.
He hit me on Christmas. That's my brother for real. There ain't no gas. That's real.
Hey,
John Peters.
Hey, hold on. What you know about John? That's how I met my wife.
See, Chris, get off this live. Chris about this.
Yeah.
I don't got time for that, man.
What you know about John? I met my wife.
You see how hype he got? You see how hype he just got?
John Peters a beast, bro.
Boy, you love. I love the New York. I love that New York, man.
Because you skip some questions, Chris. You skip some questions, but it's okay.
I skip. Oh, hold up. Before we go.
There you go.
Mike, what you want me to ask? You go.
No, it's okay. No, I'm not going. It's okay.
I mean, what's the question? We got time. We ain't
got no timetable. I told you.
We ain't got no shows.
One of the questions Chris wanted to know is, who is your keyboard inspiration? Like, who did you? That was one of them right there.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say Paul Avery, Glenn Gibson, of course Corey Henry, and I mean I can keep going on, but what y'all got?
I mean the people that I'm gonna name, it's like how I got started, because I can
right.
But Scooter was one. Matter of fact, he was the person that taught me one-on-one and lock it, because he subbed for me when I was playing with Sugar Bear, and I didn't know those songs because I wasn't really into it like that, but he showed me how to play that, and but him, Raymond Angry, Vince Evans, he's a jazz piano player around here. I mean, I love his playing, and Fred Pena, he's I used to idolize.
He used to wear Columbia Station out on Wednesdays.
I used to go there all the time. Him and Sean Rickman, and
JJ played drums.
It was just Fred and Sean just doing a duo. Fred played, key bass and piano. It was an old piano there, and his keyboard just crazy.
Anybody else?
Oh, well, mine.
And y'all.
Mine, I'd say. Go ahead, Joe.
I'm gonna say, like I told y'all earlier, you know what I'm saying? One Leg Mo, he taught me a lot of it when I was locked up. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know what you're saying.
Can you hear me now?
You don't hear me? I just heard One Leg Mo, and I heard, you know what I'm saying. And
can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
He needs his kid's laptop they use for Zoom.
However they get in the class is where he needs
that Chromebook. He need that Chromebook.
You need to put your hand on the Wi-Fi router.
Right, you hear me now? Can y'all hear me now?
Put your hand on it.
The Wi-Fi goes through your body, bro.
You don't hear me?
Yeah,
we hear you. Go ahead, man.
Like I said, One Leg Mo, and like I said, I came out of the church, so guy named David Sturtevant, a choir director. I watched him growing up a lot. And of course, what I'm saying, a mentor of mine that's now that me and him link up regularly, PJ Morgan over there over Reed Temple.
Of course, yeah.
So them my idols right there.
Ooh.
I would say
Did you see? Oh, go ahead. My bad. Sorry.
Don't say him and John Peters. Don't say it. Don't say it.
Nah.
No, I wasn't gonna say that. I was gonna say him and Corey Henry.
I came out
Corey
of the same
Henry.
church. He said Corey Henry. I came out of the same church Gerald came out of. So David Sturtevant and Derek Anderson were the two guys who I was really looking at. But as far as GOGO is concerned, truth be told, I was more of I'm a computer guy. I do computer work and stuff like that. But I always looked at Maestro from Northeast Groove and like how he was programming his ASR and stuff like that. And that's the stuff that piqued me to want to do everything that I do right now. So
yes.
Go ahead, Roy. I'll let you go.
Well, I got a few of them, you know what I mean? But I think in terms of performance-wise, this concert performances, I've always been a student of Bernie Worrell. And he just always took me there. And then go-go-wise, well, first, go-go-wise and gospel-wise is Daryl Hunt. Daryl Hunt hands down. And go-go-wise, man, Ivan, BJ, and y'all remember Ron? 8.
for
NEG?
Oh yeah, 8.
Yeah.
Oh, 88.
Man. That dude right there, had some style with him, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
He left, he went down to Atlanta a long time ago, but still.
He played for Pure Natural. Was it Pure Natural he played with years ago?
I'm not sure.
He played the Coma
I
Station.
remember he changed Northeast sound when he came with them. Like
right.
Yeah.
Absolutely did. Absolutely. Right.
For me, it's y'all said a lot of people that I really watched when coming up. Scooter's definitely one. Always got to pay homage to Isaiah Thomas. A guy y'all don't know, James Meredith, on the church side. The guys that I'm watching now, or even I'm listening to, is the late great Oscar Peterson. Still listening to him like it's running water. Especially his record with Ella Fitzgerald. Even though she was older, it was still tasteful. So that's that. And then you definitely got the Coreys. You got the all that. Glenn Gibson's, that's church. That's what we know. You know what I'm saying? Then on the go-go side, it's EB, it's Mike. It's for me, number one is Godfather. Because again, I'm an Essence fan. So I had cousins that listened to Junkyard, but I just always like Essence. Just all because the musicality, even when I was a kid, I could just by the music that they played. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it was just Godfather and what he did for go-go in general, And then outside of that, it's Chucky Thompson, who I still talk to on the regular. Anything I need from him, I call him, he'll give it to me. So that's kind of it in a nutshell, what I'm vibing to right now while we sitting in the house. That's pretty much it.
And we can't forget our legends like George Duke.
Oh, no question.
Oh, man.
Don Blackman, Bernard Wright.
Don Blackman does not get a lot of love.
Man, I did a tour. We were in Poland. I was playing with I forget the drummer's name. The one that does "Who Do You Love?" And we had went on tour with Don Blackman over in Poland. And man, he's a monster. I mean, he looked
sit
like
down and play
on stage too.
Yeah,
he's wicked. You know what I mean?
He can sit down and play, man. He's just incredible.
Oh, Malachi said 88 used to play with EU.
Did he?
Yeah, I don't. That's what Malachi.
It was a group called Pure Natural. They used to play at Tacoma Station a lot. I don't remember him playing with EU.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Dog AC says he can sell you a Wi-Fi device if you need one. He sells
Man, put that thing in your back pocket, bro. Let the sun charge it.
Wow.
Go ahead, Chris.
All right, one more question. This is good
Oh,
for keyboard players.
hold up.
No, let me get this one question.
I gotta tell y'all.
Come on, Chris.
I gotta tell y'all.
Oh, you gonna tell us who your people are?
I gotta tell y'all who I looked up to. Number one,
John Peters.
Let me say. Listen, I do love the New York musicians, coming out of church, man. The Cornell Gaskin, the John Peters, the Joe Flip Wilsons, you know what I'm saying? But Scooter definitely is one on the go-go circuit and the R&B circuit I really kind of looked up to. And Oscar Peterson all day. Count Basie, Oscar Peterson, you know what I'm saying? What's my man?
McCoy Tyner,
but I'm thinking about the other Art Tatum. There you go. So I just had to get that out there. All right, go ahead with your questions.
What's the most iconic keyboard in go-go? In your opinion.
ASR.
Ooh.
The ASR.
The Yamaha DX7?
Or the Motif
Yamaha
DX7? Or the two of those.
DX7.
What? You say the DX7?
DX7.
Yes, sir.
DX7.
DX7.
Right now, the motif, the original motif. Everybody play that.
The ES changed everything. That first motif was trash, in my opinion. But it didn't do it. No, I'm not saying sound wise, but functionality wise, like it was just too complicated. Like I had it and then gave it away. I couldn't use it. But once they started making the ES, you could get around the board a lot.
Yeah, it was one button operations. Yeah.
And that's what it was. I might as well have had an ASR with that first motif.
Real talk. I think either the ASR or the Core, but I like the DX because I remember them sounds when I was coming up too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that DX really changed the game.
That's how I learned on the DX7.
I might be with you, Roy. I was really on the ASR side, but that DX7, that might be a good situation.
But before the ASR, everybody had the 16 plus EPS.
Yeah, exactly.
I still got one of those.
It's still I need an ASR. Who got one? Who want to let me borrow one?
I don't have an ASR. I got 16 plus though.
See, you see Gerald over there smiling now. His Wi-Fi work real good now. I won't answer the question.
I'm pretty sure Dave from Raw Image, I'm pretty sure he got one.
Oh, man, he got ASR? Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he does. Let
me rent one.
Y'all remember when the M1 came out there?
Yes, sir.
M1.
Yep.
M1.
O1W.
O1W Pro.
That M1 was John P. Key's first album.
Yeah.
3 albums.
Hey, my favorite artist, Chris.
Hey, Fudge Baby said he got ASR. Holler at him, Marcus.
Man, I'm on your line.
Who your favorite artist?
John P. Key. Who are you? Kurt Franklin?
We're gonna have a conversation offline about that.
Hezekiah.
Chris Hezekiah. I'm John P.
Cherie, don't pay them no mind. We're gonna have a conversation offline about that. Y'all set up another offline Zoom so we can talk about that.
And one more question we had also was your go-go resume. Like, who is the bands that you have either sat in for or played for? If you want to, talk about that.
Go ahead, Cherie.
She can start. She got the laundry list over there.
I'm pretty sure.
Everybody go get your drink. We'll wait.
Look, Cherie had to rub her head like this, like, you go ahead start.
I'd be in the sub. I'd be like, hey, call me. Like even Donnell, he always wants me to play and stuff. And I'm like, I'll sub, but I've never played for Backyard and I've never played for Junkie.
You want to play for us? You can sit in. Like, yo, you can take my keyboard.
Nate gets tired of CDs. I'm like, yo, I'm a fan of
Hey, wait a minute. I got a story real fast. So Cherie got up on stage with us and was playing, and they were calling for solos.
Oh,
And we started playing. What was that song we started playing? We started playing a Chuck song, and Donnell said, "Oh no, we're not doing that. we're not gonna let her play that." He was like, "No, you're not gonna kill my keyboard players with that." He just shut it down. No.
That's funny, man.
I just love playing. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
I'm saying when I get there, I'm like, ooh, like a big kid, and hope I do a good job.
Well,
Yeah.
I can answer that question. I've only played with backyard. Nobody calls me to sub because they don't even know I'm in the band. So that makes it even better. So only backyard,
And
not a long
though.
resume.
You're a beast.
I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Dave, you played for a million bands too.
No, I haven't. I've played for maybe
Yeah.
from known bands. I played for maybe 5. You know what I'm saying?
That's a lot.
Yeah, is
That's a lot.
that's not. I played for like I said, Rather Unique. I played for Black Alley. I played for the Huckabucks. I played for
Legend.
Subtle Thoughts.
Legend.
I played for Michelle Blackwell on when she had her band Chocolate City. I played for Serious Company, and I filled in for like the mixed band and some of the other.
You play for what?
I played for what?
That's 6.
Right.
But no, truth be told, like I played for what the majority of my career. I've sat in with these other people for the most part. But if you ask me who I play for what band? You know what I'm saying?
Got you.
I play for Serious Company.
Got you.
The dog done fell off. That thing done went all the way out.
Man.
I think we lost.
He turned his camera off. That's what it was. Oh, that was Cherie who we lost?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was dog.
Oh, and Gerald now.
Yeah, they both left. Look us off. Look off.
Right.
But now that's my resume right there.
Well,
Hey,
with me, I had the chance to play for a band called Occupation out of Annapolis, 360 band. I played with Physical Wonder back in the day. I got a chance to play for the Listen Band, Raw Image, sat in for Series Company, Familiar Faces, all of them, 911. I got a chance to play with my man Roy with with Red Essence for a few shows. Who else? And I guess that's it. I think that I can think of right now.
Yeah,
Northeast Groove is okay. Yes, Northeast Groove is.
That's what I say. Yeah, you missed them.
Yeah, you got a list.
I done played for Backyard, Northeast, Junkyard, Red Ass. Man, I ain't played for none of them.
I was going to say, you played for Backyard.
That's Chris claim to fame. Nobody would let him in the groups. You know, he tried to get on. He was lucky he latched on the vibe and he's kind of home.
I never wanted to play. I never wanted to play for any go-go band. Like I was a church guy, and play R&B. So I just stumbled across vibe. I never wanted to play for a go-go band. You know what I'm saying? So
I forgot one. Faces You Know. I forgot Faces You Know. My bad. Shout out to Faces You Know.
I mean, he named half the go-go world.
Hey, Marcus, Dave and Mike, they part of the problem, man.
Don't do that.
I was trying to find my way.
I tried to stay as committed as I can, but some situations have to end.
They jumping in and out of bands. You hear me? Where the club at?
Hey, Marcus, what did you say? You said you have to grow and you find the right situation. There were times
you gotta find right. Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? It did
That's
not
true.
work out.
That's true. All right, one more question, and I promise you this is just came to me. What band would you like to play with by being a fan?
Junkyard. I want to play for Junkyard.
Okay.
I want to play for Backyard.
I want to play for Rare Essence. I think RB absolutely knows that.
Dave, that's why we cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where
I want to play for all
But
of
if
y'all.
I had the
Don't get
chance,
back.
if I had the chance, RB, yeah, get me in there with
I want
E.
Yeah, I would really, me personally, I would really like to see how Bugs did a show with us one time, and it was incredible to see him be able to like facilitate the backyard sound. So like I would like to see, like in that realm, like how he works with Junkyard. It's just like, yo, I'm a fan of Bugs and I'm a fan of Junkyard in general, but like I would just like to see it. You know what I'm saying? Cherie, you just came back.
I just got the tail end. I wish I could have all of y'all playing Belladonna. Y'all a little husky, whispers and stuff. So
I gotta get a facial.
Yeah.
Belladonna before? You played with us before?
Who?
Roy, have you played with us?
Mm-mm. Nah.
We had a few Belladonnas. Stan played with us before.
Belladonnas.
Yeah,
That's
Belladonna.
pretty dope.
Belladonnas. Like we need a sub. We can't find another girl. That's the thing, with y'all can get subs and stuff, but
Right.
it's hard to get girls. We had
for y'all to keep y'all look up.
Yeah.
And with females, a lot of times in the contract, they want a female band. Yeah, they want all girls.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, this one lady, she told John that, she wants her money back because we breached the contract. We had a guy playing drums, and it wasn't, Shannon wasn't playing. She was being subbed out, and we had a girl, and we were like, that was a girl. She thought it was a boy.
Cherie, have y'all ever had Twink playing drums?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Twink and another keyboard player I think her name is Laura.
You talking from
light
skin?
Laura Keys.
Keys.
Light skin girl.
No,
Yeah.
Shout outs to Twink Sootling, baby. We here Sootling.
Twink.
Man, if you don't sit down somewhere, I pay no attention to Sootling.
Girl, she a bad girl. I think she's supposed to be moving back up here soon. So
yeah.
That's
I was busy robbing people in Sootling. Y'all wasn't learning nothing over there.
Man, are we done, man? Are we done?
I think I'm done. I think I'm done.
I think
everybody got all their questions.
My fandom is over.
Everybody, it's a great conversation. I'm glad to have sat on with you guys. You allowed me to sit in with you guys. It's good talking to you. And Marcus,
you said,
I stayed. I'm not going to the casino. That's why we ain't linked up.
Nah, that ain't the vibe. We ain't doing that.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
I just want to make sure
right
you.
now.
I wasn't.
Oh nah, we good. We Gucci. Trust me. I'm in the house. I ain't doing nothing.
Yeah.
Well, Roy got the studio.
Hold on.
You go over there and record something.
Hey, Chris, who you got coming next time?
So we got Marcus Young, G Magic, Dave,
EB and Mike.
I got them on the next one because I already got Scooter.
You got KC Lamar.
Right. That's it. Because I'm kind of going like 6 at a time. So yeah. And then on February, I'm gonna have EB and Mike and a couple other people. So
all right, sweet. Yeah. I can't wait to see Scooter.
We're gonna try to keep this conversation going on a monthly basis. So we can just get together, talk, chat it up. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna figure out how I can get the live feed from Facebook in here so that we can everybody can actually see the messages. We'll work that out. But hey, it was good having.
Thanks, Dave, for allowing us to use the platform. Want to go well.
Hey, we're gonna keep it. We like it.
I enjoyed myself. And maybe after you do all of your monthly segments, we could have like a reunion, like everybody,
Right.
All at once.
Not a Real Housewives Potomac joint, though. Not that.
We don't need nobody putting out any books.
Right. We need no binders.
For any receipts out here. Trying to get reckless.
No binders, baby. Off the dome.
Yeah. All right.
Man, I appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all,
Yeah,
man.
it was
Y'all stay safe out
Absolutely.
this pandemic,
great
man.
concept, Chris. Dave, great concept to pull together, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate
Yes,
it.
sir.
Thanks again. And you guys on live, you guys tune in next month. Like I said, Chris said we'll do this again
The last Wednesday in January. I
That's
forgot
what we're doing next week. It's the last Wednesday in January. So everybody tune in. All right.
Good stuff. All right, y'all.
All right.
All right.